All right. Hello, everybody. We are here with some technical issues that I'm trying to fix. Hey, that should be better. All right. We are back with episode 10 of The Haunting of Harrowstone, everybody. How's everybody doing out there?
Digits.
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
We were late. Sorry. We're here.
No,
we made it.
No worries. No problem whatsoever. Guys, let's talk about what happened last time. Last time we played. Can anybody remember?
What is last?
There were
time?
Sturges.
There were Sturges, yes.
Well, that was where
At
it
the end.
ended.
Yeah, where it ended. Yeah.
What began was we were cleaning up dishes from the wolf balls.
Yeah, you were. You were cleaning up wolf ball dishes. That is an accurate statement.
And Zokar talked about his wife a bit more.
He did. Yes.
Told us
Karina?
that Pervin's mom was from Nidal, and he called them Mumbers, but really I think he meant Umbral something, who lived beneath a large disc. And he mentioned that he had met her 11 to 12 years ago, which put some interesting timelines on things. And she told him about the ghost and stuff. So it seems that this thing that Peverin has is maybe like hereditary,
okay,
or something, potentially. And that she escaped Nidal, which our friend Rye here knows is not really like a very possible thing. So now he's super sus about that and wants to know like who helped her, but they didn't really share a name on that necessarily. But Rye wanted to pry in and get some more information, so Rye went to Zokar's place to see the thing that he had. He had like a box or something with all of our stuff, and I guess I'll leave that to you to kind of talk about.
Yeah, like there was a lot of things. There was a couple of books. One was a journal for sure that I read a little bit into.
Yes.
There was a oh man, I always mess this up. I'm gonna say a circlet instead of a whatever it's actually called.
Diadem.
Diadem. I'm gonna mess that up every time.
That's okay.
I found that, but basically the big thing is that we found out that Peverin's mom, Zokar's wife, was nobility.
Karina
Basically
Zal.
like Nidal nobility, or it's heavily been hinted at, and that makes Peverin potentially, probably most likely son of nobility, which means that the nobility of Nidal will be probably looking for him.
He was immaculately conceived as well.
We don't know that.
Well, Zokar said that he never laid with her, and
But that
she
means
got
somebody
pregnant.
else might have laid with her. You don't know.
Yeah, man.
But if it's from the doll, I don't know.
Well,
Something
she's
you
all
can write off.
crazy.
Yes.
There was also a room there that he puts Peverin, I guess, when he has ghosts or something upon him. There's like a room under the stairs, very Harry Potter, with a bunch of runes on it, and
Blood runes.
yeah, blood runes, which is awkward. But basically, yeah, Zokar has got some secrets. He's got some, well, maybe not secrets. He doesn't seem like a super secretive person, but he minds his own business to the point that he might as well be secretive. So, yeah, besides that, I think I came back and I'm pretty sure I told most everybody. I also had a conversation about Eli and his recklessness and his weirdo-ness.
The second I left the room.
Well, yeah, that's the time to talk about people. Don't do it in front of them. That's silly. Then you gotta like explain yourself. So yeah, no. Rye right now is very hesitant of Eli, mostly because his life was threatened by him. For seemingly no reason, at least according to Rye's perception. He just walked downstairs.
Oh yeah, you almost got smote, huh?
Well,
Yeah,
just lost
man.
someone.
He's trying to.
Oh,
Every day I'm hustling over here, you know. This guy's trying to smite me.
Oh, we lost Maggie.
Yeah, we did. Sad day. That probably means that I'm in Cobalt spot, so now I'm Eli.
You're half me, actually.
Oh, that's the best.
I'm Oz, though.
We're all different people now. So yeah, it was a lot of information. It was a lot of information. Was I able to take one of the books? Did he let me take?
He let you take the book that he was trying to record based off of information that she was saying. Remember, he's not a well-learned man, so things are just very crudely drawn, very, very poorly written, if written well at all. Most of it is dribble.
Oh, yeah, you said he wasn't literate, right?
Yeah, he's
Or-
not even literate yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I recall anyways. I do believe we were like split. I think we all pretty much agreed that we needed to go to Harrowstone. Like it's about time. But we wanted to do like a last check the town for information kind of thing. If I'm not mistaken, like we all had kind of our own goals, and I was running out. I think I ran into Temerity, right? And then we saw Sturges flying overhead, heading in a certain direction.
Yeah, you did capture that, which is, I mean, it's pretty important. Not anything worth writing off, you know. You can't write this sort of information off because of, well, a variety of reasons. I do still think that there are some things worth noting. We did have everybody kind of break up, right? Everybody started going in their own directions. Where does everybody remember their characters going?
I'm headed off to the forge to also talk to a legendary dwarf blacksmith that resides in the town. Jorfa.
Jorfa.
I remembered half of it.
Yes, Jorfa. And Torvin was leaving with you.
Yes.
Oz is not here. Does anybody remember where Oz was heading to? Or whom they were heading to?
Jermunda.
Yeah, Jaminda. Jaminda, the apothecary.
Yep.
Temerity, where were you going?
Well, I was outside with Rye, and I don't remember if I was going to Jaminda or if I was going to the Church of Pharasma, but it was one of those two places. But right now, I'm just going to go where Rye is because we're watching weird things fly overhead.
Yes. We had you. I had you written down as seeing to the church, but that's obviously something that we can tackle at a different time.
What was Rye doing? I know I like was going.
Rye was
for a
upset.
jog or something.
You were very upset. You went outside and punched the peach tree.
Yeah, I did. Fuck that peach tree.
Yeah.
Hey,
Rye,
I'm
the,
just saying.
Rye the
It's in
peach
my
puncher.
way.
If it's in your way, sure.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Good old watch where you're growing tactic. Yep.
Yeah, watch where you're growing. I like it.
So I have some thoughts here, things that I kind of wanted to tackle. Plus, it'll give Maggie an opportunity coming back. In regards to Pevrin and Zokar, a lot of the last episode that we played was around their life, the life that they had. Pevrin sort of hinted that he was aware, right? He was aware that he was something different. How long do you think that he had known that?
Pretty much his whole life. Probably when he was young. Well, I mean, he's young now, but I'm assuming if he had ever had any time with his mom, probably around that portion where she probably explained, like, hey, just giving you a heads up, you're like the Ford F-150 of, spirits. So people are going to want to use you for what you're worth. You're durable.
I'm with Ronald.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Okay. All right. Let's say I buy that. That's exactly what she said to her son.
Yeah. She's all, look, you're built Ford tough, all right? She's like, what is that? I don't know what that means.
All right. Okay. All right. I have some regrets, but let's move forward with that. This room that you had spoke of, Ella, what was its point? Aside from
I
being
think
creepy.
it was just to like keep the ghosts out of him or away from him. Like it's a place that like Zokar put him when he was being possessed, right? Like from what I remember, it's been a couple weeks.
He said the only word that he could make out, which he still wasn't really sure of, and for some reason it stuck with him, was evict.
Evict, okay, yeah. So I would assume that means like to evict these passerbyers out of his son's soul.
Sure.
Or body even.
And again, one moment. What was the What was that? What are they called? They're the ones that can allow spirits to possess them.
Conduits.
Conduits, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's like a quiz, guys.
Yeah. It's good because like this is more information that not only will help you guys repeatedly, but the more often you say that, the more you will begin to pick up on in regards to the story, because there's just so much that is constantly going on. Some information can quickly pass by. Looks like we got Maggie back. Let's swap those. Turn that cam back.
Sorry
on.
about that.
You're all good.
I had to reset the router.
Ouch.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It was like hardcore.
Okay. So yes, he is a conduit, and you likened this ability from his mother, which, let's talk about that lineage again. You said that this person was likely nobility.
Well, we found out that she was the daughter of a high priestess.
Yes. Does anybody know the name of the high priestess?
Karina Zol was her name.
Was the mother's name correct?
Yeah. Yeah, right.
You mean like who the priestess served?
The
Zol
high
15th, daughter Zol 15th.
the 15th daughter that you believe is Karina. Karina's
that's the name
mom.
I have another name here, which is Alandru Garovin, but I don't think that's her name.
Nope, that is the magister, the guy who runs the unfurling scroll. It is basically your local magistry.
Yeah, which is the teacher that took special interest in Pevrin. I don't know if we ever got her name. At least I never wrote it down. If we did get her name.
Yeah, if I did, I don't have it.
I only
It's-
have that she was the daughter's Zol 15.
I remember, I think it was Torvin, actually. And I believe that I believe Rai had heard the name,
Probably.
but it's because of
What was
what
the
she sort of
vampire
represented. Her name is Aluseda Zal. Aluceda. Aluseda. Aluseda Zal. She was sort of like a boogeyman. She's brought up to sort of stiffen your back, to shake loose any of the anything that might sort of weaken the resolve of the Umbries, right? She is believed to have run a very successful and powerful guild and coven of vampires that are in direct service to the highest lords of the Emerald Court. So she's kind of top dog, and he's right? He has every reason to believe that this person is incredibly powerful, is likely very, very scary. But we'll see what this means. We'll see exactly what this means. And yeah, that's pretty much the long and the short of it. So before we swing into the game, just to let everybody know, there are a couple of things that the audience can do. You guys out there, you did the first thing just before the game. You brought in a Harrow card. A new Harrowing card is in effect.
Ooh.
For the players, I'll show you here. If you can see it, it's the trumpet.
Hey.
The trumpet. For those of you at home, I can't tell because I have screens covering screens. Need like 4 more monitors.
I don't
Damn.
have a trumpet sound, but I
The
got
trumpet.
that. So
A little bit of a different
Horn.
trumpet. But we'll work with it. And I'm okay with that. So the trumpet is in play. I will let you guys know that it is misaligned. The trumpet was brought in by Broccoline and unglued, misaligned the card. So it will have a negative impact and effect on today's game.
why you gotta do that to us, homies? Come on.
Everybody has an opportunity at fixing or leaving it a little wrecked before the game actually starts. If you pop in, anytime that is met, I will align or misalign that card. And today it wound up on misalignment because the last couple of times they were aligned. Yeah. Seems
Yo.
just fine.
Not,
Some bullshit.
not cool.
Additionally, there will be some wild magic today. Some wild
Aw,
magic today.
man.
God.
Yeah.
Don't forget,
Yeah,
you guys
well,
have,
it's gonna
you guys
mouth
have your
again.
sage. You guys have your sage. Don't forget.
We do. I think we have 2 more of those.
You have 2. That is correct. You
Yeah.
have 2 left. Yeah. And
Yeah, okay.
other things that you guys can do.
Block reroll.
Luck rerolls, yeah. Luck rerolls are granted to the players based on gifted subs and new subs to the stream. There is your first one right there, courtesy of Jen Human. Bring it in hot. Thanks so much, Jen.
Thank
Appreciate you,
you.
boss.
Wait, is this our first?
Knocked too. I
Knocked?
feel.
Yeah,
Come on,
knocked and
guys.
Did he?
Jen.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
15, you got 15 gifted
15,
subs just
yeah.
now.
Damn, back to back, kid. Let's go. Jen with a 10, knocked with a 5. Every time that 10 is hit, you guys get luck rerolls.
We have
Okay.
2.
You currently have 1. Once 5 more come through, then you will get that. Let's see. So we take a running tally at the start of the game, and anytime that we meet that, the milestone, the players will get a luck reroll. For the sake of the game, 10 subs will gift 1 luck reroll for everyone at the table, myself included. The
I'll
players
wait.
will. Thank you so much, Noct. Appreciate that. The players will, at any time, be able to reroll anything that they would like to at the table. They cannot give them to another player. I, on the other hand, with my luck rerolls, can use them for myself or force the players to reroll at my behest. So,
As I have
Which
experienced.
has been really, you've been really nice. You've been a very nice DM.
to
me.
you. To
me.
you.
Well, listen. Okay, I'm just
Yeah.
saying I've needed it. My rolls have been atrocious the last few sessions. In fact, I think tonight's my night. I'm gonna call it right now. I think tonight's my night because
okay.
scientifically, I can't
Knock on
roll
some
this
wood.
bad that long. Like
Oh.
eventually,
Mm.
I'm gonna have to roll something good.
I see
Can you
that.
tell me
Thanks
right
so
now
much.
if you're going to give me luck rerolls or not?
Um,
Because there's
yeah.
a time zone difference. So assuming that's the case, you
why
would
would you
know if
not?
I need them. Just
You,
Putting
what
it
the
out
hell
there.
are you talking? Of course you've got
Think
use of
just-
luck rerolls.
yeah,
We're in the future.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
sure.
you know what's going to happen. That's why I need those rerolls like either now when I can't take them later because then it's going to be too late. It's just,
I got you. I got you. I think I got you. I'm not sure. We'll find out. We'll discover as we move on. So
I feel
that's
like that's like the priest joke. God.
that's about everything that I got, guys. We got luck rerolls. We have the wild magic courtesy of patron supporters over at patreon.com/the Bubbernaut. And then there is the Harrow deck, which is also in play today. So we have a lot that is kicking off. We just did our recap, and the session commences. I will
And
set
food
your
is on
stage
the
for you
way.
so that everybody knows exactly what is going down. Okay?
Down, baby.
Rye, you were just outside. Temerity was next to you. You were pretty frustrated. You had some doubts that you had kicked around courtesy of a discussion with Eli about just exactly how things are going to happen going forward. Your frustrations were mounting. You stepped outside. You said you were going for a jog. And you were just caught up in the moment. You hit
Yeah,
the
because my
tree.
group seems to be cool with the fact that he threatened me. Like nobody seems to think that it's weird that I didn't do anything, and then I had a hammer pointed at me like a shotgun, and then some dude was rambling to his god in front of me about whether or not he should kill me. And everyone's like, "You should just relax, Rye. It's not that big of a
Look.
deal."
I see it both ways.
Yeah, and that's crazy to me. That's crazy to Rye that you see it both ways. Oz, because we're supposed to be friends. Your friend was
Look,
threatened.
Oz
Mums,
has seen
Mums,
some
Oz, mums.
shit. Mums.
Mums,
Oz
Oz.
is on your side though. He
You're
was
right.
with you at the peach tree.
Yeah, but
He chased after you.
no, that's sweet. Okay. But Rye needed some backup. He needs some reason on his side. He's angry. He's a hot little potato right now.
So Oz, you're at the tree then, right?
I think I'm with him.
And Temerity, you were simultaneously, you were stepping out to go to the church, but your personal quest was interrupted, courtesy of a sound. So as this transgression was transpiring, Rye, you were discussing about how uncool things were being, and you can't believe that this is happening. That all of
I
this
hope
is,
I used the word uncool.
We were talking about how uncool it was,
Yeah.
and then also he was talking about the key inside the locket. And
Yeah, that's
some of
right.
that
I did
shit,
tell you that.
yeah, God, you got
And he
some secrets.
and he told me about the diadem, and then I checked to see if the key was magical, and it was not.
Yes.
But the circlet was.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, it was magical.
It was
We
in
did
fact.
determine that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, but I didn't say anything to you about that. I don't think. I said
Dorito.
I just told you the key was not magical.
The Dorito was magic.
God damn it.
The Dorito. Yes. Oh, hell, the great Dorito.
The sound that interrupted your conversation with Oz. You heard a buzzing that first began as just this slight hum in the foreground before immediately erupting as a creature burst overhead. A sturge flying over the tree, a much much larger. We're talking a very, very. That is very Maggie. That is a tiny stir. We need a large.
I
Can you
don't
make
know.
it?
I don't have a bigger sound. That's all I got for you. What do you think I am? A magical
Just imagine that,
soundboard?
but like the race car version of that.
Does that have a
It's like a mosquito the size of a moped. Okay, so
Oh,
yeah,
like a car going?
sure, sort of.
So an Australian mosquito. Okay.
So I'll need some prescription checks, if you will, please, from Rye, Temerity, Oz, and Eli.
Prescription?
Prescription checks.
I
Good old
like
prescription
prescriptions.
checks.
You get Xanax.
Oh. All right, let's go. Big money Valium. Come on.
Yeah, they're more like Jumanji mosquitoes.
Oh, I love Jumanji. Can we play Jumanji?
Not those
tabletop?
mosquitoes.
Do you know
Dude, I
I've-
would totally do a Jumanji RP.
I've never seen
be fun.
Jumanji.
Jumanji movie night.
It's the greatest movie.
I feel like we should movie it and then one shot it. I think
Yeah.
that should be what happens if everybody. Well, how many Patreons do you need to be like your next level? That many.
That many?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll run it. I'll make a game to make it work.
Oh my god, I would
Make
totally
a
do
custom Jumanji system.
Right. I get to be the girl who played Amy Pond, though.
Oh my god. I'm
Oh, do I need to roll perception?
let's just get through tonight before we start spitballing these ideas.
I'm sorry.
15.
We're really excited about this. So we're coming up with new games
It's
on the fly.
Bub, don't make me call you David.
It is. Whoa! Whoa! That's you can stop that.
Wow.
You can stop that. Oz, you know what? Oz, you don't hear it now. Thank you very much. Eli and Temerity did.
Wow.
Yeah. Perfect. So, yes,
I said
Oz,
it
I'll
just so
say,
that I couldn't see it. You know.
Oz, you will hear this. There is something subtle. It is a bit more nuanced. It sort of feels like it's flowing a bit more with the wind, but you just picked this up. Eli, there's clarity here. You're used to the sound. Like in your line of work, you mostly work on weapons, armor, but there have been a handful of times that you have worked on instruments, casings for instruments. And you've heard a few of them in your fair time working for the smithy. This is one that you happen to recognize. Let's see if this cues. What you would guess is probably some sort of woodwind instrument, like a pipe or a flute, seems to roll out. I'll play that again so that you can hear that.
Reminds me of some kind of like tribal. I'm ready to do like a little tribal dance.
Yeah, just like I do a little
That's-
Dawson dance, like a little-
That's separate from the sound of the
Of the sturge,
The buzzing
yes.
of the sturges, yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'm with Rye, so I say, oh God, y'all here? I gotta get in this voice. Okay. Like, how do I get into Oz's voice? Do you hear that?
I just kind of
You listen,
rumble back, looking up,
listening
looking around.
intently. Nothing outside of that buzzing, but you can see it flying
Talk
overhead.
about the giant bug things. There's something else.
I'm assuming I hear the drums too.
No, you missed it.
I look at Oz and kind of raise my eyebrow. You sure you don't mean the loud buzzing sound above us?
Did it sound like this drumming or this music was coming from the direction that the sturges were going or going away from?
Your best guess, your intuition would assume that it was calling in the direction thereof. It was brief, though. You're talking about like 1.5 seconds worth of audible tone.
I think there's something that was calling them. We better go check out on what's going on.
I give a look to Oz, like very confused. Who could control such creatures?
What do I know about sturges? I mean, I know what I know about sturges. I've used them against my players many times.
Well, give me a knowledge nature if you have it.
I guess I might as well do the same.
Yeah.
And I'm not with them right now. I'm like further.
You're further down.
5.
yeah,
I know
couple
nothing.
of minutes away or walking
Look!
distance.
Things in the sky.
Large birds. Perhaps egrets.
Whippoorwills.
Bugs. Look, it looks like protein. Flying protein to us.
Aren't they
I
all?
wonder what I could make out of those things. Probably a lot of meals.
Can you
Okay.
make them taste like fish?
Blood sausage.
I can.
Can you make them taste like fish? Oh my lord.
You're
I love it
welcome.
because like Rye's favorite thing is fish.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I
Sorry, Bub. We're all over the place today.
you woo! Lots of energy, and I'm here for it. Okay. All right, friend. What do you want to do? I know that Eli, you managed to pick on this. You pick it up. You know what this is. Like you've seen it before. They're not really common to the area.
I think the first thing I would do is just backtrack to the house and see if I can go meet up with more people because we're gonna have to go deal with it. I'm not gonna go try to YOLO it myself. I'm not that confident.
Sure.
So
I got you.
he'll start backtracking towards the peach tree land.
I got you. All right. So you wanted to move back. Oz rolling.
That was if Pecker could perceive the sound.
You know, which sound exactly?
the like music that we
The
heard.
tone? No.
Yeah.
Peck would not hear that.
Not with an 8.
No, not this time.
It's like Majora's Mask or something, or like Orkin.
I was looking it up. I was like, oh, he actually has a pretty high perception.
Eli, Torvin says to go on. He wishes to investigate. Says, find the others. I'll move on. Do you go back?
Pretty good
Try to
impression
catch
of
up
Torvin.
as soon as we can.
Thanks. I appreciate that. So you backtrack. You turn to gather the others. Doesn't take but a minute. What are the others doing? Are you guys just going to sit and wait at the tree? Or are you striding, like, are you slowly starting to move in a
Oz
direction?
is like starting to walk the direction towards where he sees the big flying protein.
Yeah, what direction are they going in?
They're flying, if this were like a map, right? If you were looking at a map based off where you are, they're flying basically due north, over the village circle where you would see a particular hound.
Maybe they're just flying home for the summer.
But what are they?
I rolled an 11, Bub. What do I know about Sturgis?
Okay, let me tell you what you might know about Sturgis. An 11 would get that, you know that they feed on the living. They tend to not particularly enjoy blood of the dead. They're found particularly around swamps. It's basically like literally it's a large mosquito. They carry disease. That's what you probably know. You're not really sure what disease it is, but you've always heard that they can carry disease, and oftentimes it can lead to plagues to small villages.
Yum.
I look over at Temerity and I just say, have you ever seen a mosquito?
Yeah.
Like that, just super large.
I would say it's a lot more than super large. That thing's bigger than me.
I start walking, kind of like looking up and kind of listening. I start kind of like absent-mindedly kind of walking in that direction with Oz.
Okay.
Like as we're talking about it, like I'm starting to kind of move. I don't know where they're going. And I say something along the lines of, we should keep an eye out on the townspeople. They may be flying home, but something tells me that's not what's happening here.
Nah, I think whatever that sound was someone of them.
Well, where are they?
I was just joking about the flying north. I was hoping, maybe.
Which direction are they flying in?
North. They're flying north.
So which way from here is Harrowstone? Do we know?
It's the opposite direction.
Like the
South.
exact opposite direction?
Yes.
Okay.
Are there any other animals that are escaping from that direction?
Is there a
Do we
map
see
after
rats
this?
sworming?
No,
or
no,
bugs or
nothing like
anything?
that. No. Nothing
Like,
that.
are they running away?
No, this wouldn't be the case.
All right.
So you said they're like mosquitoes, but what are they? There's a lot of them and they're all seemingly going somewhere. Do they usually fly like this? Are they? Because that's...
What's outside of town that we know of? The graveyard? Is that where?
Yeah, the graveyard's outside of town.
The graveyard is also in the opposite direction. It is halfway between the village and Harrowstone.
Right.
I look over at Temerity and just say, I only know what I've heard about him. I've only seen him one other time. Just don't get bit. Apparently they can carry all sorts of nasty diseases. Watch out for the I don't think Rye would understand the word proboscis. Watch out for the sucker. If it gets into you, it'll start draining your blood. Just like a
let's
mosquito.
not have any of that.
Huh. I'm gonna take out my morning star. Okay. Let's go.
Fly swatter. Okay.
As I'm talking, I'm not making any eye contact. I keep just kind of walking in the direction, just kind of eyes up, looking into the
I was just
sky,
gonna-
listening.
Grab his crossbow out and double check that his hat is fastened tightly onto his head.
Sure.
His little wizard hat.
It doesn't take long before you guys realize that you can hear the trotting of Eli moving in your direction. He seems to branch by a building, and he sees the three of you in path together.
Do we see him?
Yeah, I would say that you probably can. He's in full getup, so fully armored.
Jangling.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
give him like a really passive aggressive look, like don't even want to deal with you right now.
I yell out,
Yeah.
Eli?
Be like, guys, did you see that?
Yeah, we're headed
Uh,
toward that direction now.
I think something sent those to the village. I heard a strange instrument. Did you guys hear any instruments?
I did.
So it wasn't just me.
Nope.
Yeah, those suckers are nasty. They can take out a whole village if a couple of people get infected.
We better get a
you have
move
to deal
on
with
then.
them.
Well, but
Oz will
if he-
pick up his speed.
I'm just gonna follow them.
Where are these sturges at right now? Are they like still flying overhead? Have they moved on?
They
or-
move fast. Where you guys are sort of like pacing in that direction, they are moving very, very quickly. At like their flight speed starts at 40. So they're hauling ass.
Wow. Okay. So, I mean, I'm kind of just ignoring Eli. I don't really want to deal with him, so I'm just going to keep moving a little bit faster north.
You notice that Torvin is no longer in his company.
Torvin summoned them, didn't he?
A tiny bastard.
Damn,
That's why he didn't want to be in this up. He knew.
Here the
Torvin,
entire
Sturge Summoner.
Summoner of the Sturge.
And Protector of the Realm. So I
it's
look
all
over at
perception.
Eli and I just say, where's the dwarf?
Torvin said he was going to go scout ahead. He might need help. I don't know if he's engaged them or where they're going, but it can't be good.
Shit, we should hurry. And I'm at that, hearing that Torvin like went ahead, I'm gonna start like moving. I'm gonna start moving to look for Torvin because the word like
You go into a
I don't want my
jog, do you
buddy.
go into a run?
I'm gonna go into a jog at first and see how they all keep up.
Okay,
And if they keep up, then I'm into a run.
sure.
Yeah,
I'm
he
gonna-
seems quite capable with his bow. I can't really throw my hammer at them, so I figured I'd come get the rest of the group.
Trying to hit targets moving that fast is gonna be very difficult for him.
When Eli says that, I'll nod and replace my morning star with my crossbow.
Okay.
Because they're high in the air, right? Like they're not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're
Oh yeah.
They're not
they're
like-
high enough. The odds are not completely against you, but it is a very, very difficult shot. It would be your call, but the chances of you missing are increasing with the passing seconds.
So we're not able to close the distance, right?
Well, at this point, they're at least 40 feet up, and they're moving at 40 feet around, which is faster than you guys currently can move. So your hopes is that you can catch them, or they
Oh
stop.
shit! I did not
We
mean
can
to do
run.
that.
I can run like 120. If Rye starts running, Oz will try to keep up running. A little jiggling.
Am I hearing any sounds of distress? Like anything from like any other townsperson or?
Nope.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So how are they keeping up with me? Are they running with me now? They have some sort of urgency.
I run
Eli's
at
at like full
120,
plate.
so I don't know what your run speed is.
I can try to run, but
What do I run?
Everybody-
I'm gonna be in the
Everybody's
back.
going to be running,
Fast.
unless you're wearing heavier armor, right? Unless you're at max load, you're going to be running at about 30 feet around. If you have a straight path, nothing is obscuring your run. You'll be able to run at a max of 120, but the likelihood is a little sparse because there is difficulty. The terrain's not so bad, but they're buildings. You're going to cross a field. There's going to be a number of things that could be in your way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just, you know what? I'm just gonna tell them that I'm gonna go ahead and try to catch up with Torvin as soon as I can because I'm worried about him.
How many sturgeons?
How many surgeons?
Whole school of sturgeon.
How many surgeons are there?
I mean, we don't really.
Are we
did
talking, like,
see?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, is there 5? Is there 10? Is there 100? Is it like the birds?
I thought we said 3 last time we
3?
played.
Okay, I just couldn't
I-
remember.
I thought it was 4.
And you. Okay, now there's 4.
I don't know how many there actually were.
Okay.
Hey, DM, stop doing that.
Okay.
Right. I
Hey,
would-
stop making those faces and doing those things.
Right? I would like to fire my crossbow at one of them.
Sure.
And use True Strike.
Okay, True Strike is, that's a spell.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, give me a D1000, Temerity.
No!
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
I mean, I'm for this because then when
Me
I cast
too.
my spells, maybe it might hit something.
As long as it's not 777, I don't flipping care.
You're like crossbow shot, and like you shoot, and it's like dragon.
Get those out of the way before I have
Dragon
to try to
attack.
heal you.
Exactly. I was thinking like confetti cannon. It turns into.
I have had this before.
Oh no.
Frost alligator appears.
Oh my gosh.
Once did a charity event and we had like a regular cannon and also a confetti cannon. But when we gave them to the players, we didn't tell them which one they got.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing. I have a confetti cannon behind me, so if it is a confetti cannon, I will. If everybody fills up the luck rerolls, I'll do the confetti cannon like live.
If we fill up
That's
luck
pretty
rolls, you'll fire off your confetti cannon.
My real one, yeah.
Oh, chat. Well,
I want a confetti cannon.
you know how to do
I
it.
mean,
Come
I'm
on. And I
Pull up
want
the
the luck
tracker right there.
rerolls.
So,
right.
314. Everybody's weapons.
Hi.
Everybody's weapons begin to emit a golden glow.
Ooh.
What if we don't have weapons, and it's just our fists? Because our fists are lethal, attacking,
I don't
killing
think that counts.
machines.
It's just weapons at this case.
Dang it.
God, Jesus, what?
Can they at least be a little shiny?
I just get bit by centipedes.
It's like somebody buffed your nails, okay, Rye? So they're looking real nice right
I'm
now.
looking
Got frosted
real
tips,
Skrillex
like-
right now.
Yeah. You got French tip manicure.
Right, there you go.
Yeah, I'm a French tipped up.
All weapons within 60 feet of the caster glow. Give me a D4.
Me?
Yes.
I mean, I'm down with having a glowing weapon. Oz is running with the crossbow going, ah.
4. For the next 4 hours, your weapons emit a glow at 30 feet. So you effectively have like lantern-esque weapons. They're emitting like a lantern light, which is kind of nice.
Oh.
Maybe it'll attract the mosquitoes to the light. I don't know.
Oh my God, I could go to a rave with my fingernails.
Oh, like
Bug zapper.
Oh my god. Oh god. Okay. All right, we're fine. This is all good. Yeah, there goes
You
stealth
good?
for sure.
You
Yeah,
sure?
no, I'm. Oh, I just. You guys make me so happy. That's all. So your spell fails. Your true strike, it doesn't trigger the way that you were expecting. Typically there's like this almost cinching pop noise, but instead your crossbow begins to emit a golden-like glow. No heat rises from this, but a golden glow, no less.
I mean, do I
Sweet
cast
Temerity.
that?
I mean, you've been awarded this, so you've been awarded a Golden Glow award.
You like me. You really like me. So I'm gonna look at my crossbow and like a remote control, like whack it and then still fire it.
Okay, sure, take your
I don't
shot.
know. It could be something else, right? What? Okay, hold on. What do I don't. It's been a long time since I fired a
Just
crossbow.
click your weapon. Click the whatever weapon you're trying to use.
Oh, but I am. Hold on. And then it opened up a whole thing of attributes. It's not. Hold on. Am I on the wrong? Sorry. Apparently, it's my first day. Here it is. I was on the wrong page.
Okay, yeah, that is not going to be enough. You basically fire off into the sky, and it just takes arc before sailing down just on the other side.
Murdering a villager.
I'm gonna roll for the potential of that.
Oh my god.
Temerity, I need a 5%. So give me a number between 1 and 20. It's a 5% chance.
5%?
Mm-hmm.
That is.
You're firing like in the direction of the village circle. So no, you miss. You're not sure where your quarrel has gone, but it has missed someone. Thank God. For reasons. I mean, obvious reasons. Something murder. It's still a crime in all ages.
Something. It wasn't me.
I mean,
Did you see like
Only if you
Monty
get caught.
Python when he's got the arrow out of it, he's got the letter on it, and then he goes to avenge him. And it's like, where does arrow come from?
Too good. All right. I love it. So, you miss. However, interestingly enough, you do see that your arrow or your quarrel does glow. It emits this golden-like glow as it seems to streak an arc across the sky. It does miss target, however. Do you keep pursuit?
I'm just running after Eli. If he's still running, I'll run.
I'm
Sure.
probably behind everybody. I have -2 modifier to my dex, so
Yes, and you are in medium armor. I think you're moving at 20, so he's pretty much stuck
Yeah,
at permanent
20.
jog. So
I'm
jog
moving
for a while.
ahead. I'm running to catch up with Torvin. That's
Sure.
what Rye's doing at this point. He's not worried about these three. He's worried
Yes.
about Torvin being alone.
You move on past the village circle, over a fence, through this clearing of houses, and then you can see it sort of breaks way downhill through a farmstead. This goes on for about 200 or so feet, but you can see the Sturgis seem to break down, and you just catch the last one entering through a crook, what seems to be like an open slat in the barn's roof.
Oh no!
There were
I
there were at
stopped,
least
like,
3 of them.
Do I see Torvin anywhere?
Give me a perception.
Okay. Of course.
No, you are looking at a taller crop as well. So Torvin's not a tall person. Like even for a dwarf, he's not as tall as most dwarves can be. Torvin's only 3 feet tall. So his ability to obscure himself is quite high, particularly for a ranger. His ability to hide is also additionally high.
About how far am I from the barn?
I would say about 250 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna wait there for the rest of the group and observe from afar. I'm gonna be looking for signs of Torvin or movement in the crops, and I'm gonna be keeping an eye on the barn. And I'm also gonna be trying to. Well, I can't remain stealth, can I? Because I got glowy finger. But hold on. Technically, if they're not here and I'm not glowing, I can still stealth, right?
Correct. Nothing
Okay,
says
so
you
I'm gonna-
can't not stealth, right? Like you can still conceal your weapon.
But I don't have any weapons.
Then you have nothing glowing.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna stealth. Oh my lord. Why? I'm gonna try though. I'm gonna get down because apparently 4 is my favorite number to dance. It's just lower than 6, which it normally is. So it's like, okay.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of crouch down and wait for them and keep an eye on the barn and see if I can find Torvin anywhere.
Sure. The three of you that are running together, Eli, you are the furthest behind. Oz is not much further ahead of you, and Temerity is still moving with pace. Temerity, you will meet pace, and you will catch up to him rather quickly. Rye, with your perceptions, you can see them moving to you, but you don't hear the figure stalking up behind you. You're sort of turned at an angle of which you can see both to the side, where your allies are coming from the left, and to the field to your right. This crop is about 3.5 feet tall. It is rising corn.
Cool.
What you didn't see was the figure stalk up to your side, silent in step. Taps on your shoulder.
I turn around and immediately raise
Tavern.
my fist to attack. Like, it's reactionary.
Sure.
Like, completely. I'm startled. I've been looking at these bugs. So I turn around and I will attack if it's anything other than somebody I know, basically.
Sure, I gotcha. The moment that you turn with your fists drawn as you go to swing, there stands Peverin.
I punch Peverin.
You
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't punch Peverin.
Tripp.
I tell him, what in the hell are you doing out here, boy? Get down. And
Tripp.
I try to like pull him, kind of pull him closer down.
Where you stand, you can see Rye is crouched downward. He's hiding just before the field. And you were out because you heard a call. You were staying near Peverin when you heard that call, and you wished him to come out. You felt some of your friends or your newfound allies could be in trouble. You wished him to come out of that room, and he did. You occupied his body, and you moved swiftly here. You're wearing regular clothes. You have no armor. You don't even have a way to defend yourself at this point. No weapon. But the land feels very native to your feet. This isn't the first time that you've probably ran this area, but particularly Peverin. Everything feels so natural to him. Plus you're small. Creeping up is very easy for you. You've tapped him, and he stands to try to swing at you, but he pulls you down quickly and curses at you. Tripp, do you say anything?
Sorry, I thought you were in trouble. I came to help.
Now, hold on a second. I just want to be clear. Tripp, how much does Rye know about Tripp? Because like he knows about Tripp, but like he was unconscious when that whole thing went down. I don't think he's actually talked to Tripp. Unless I'm wrong. I feel like
He did. Well, before we got attacked by centipedes, we all met him in the crypt.
Yes, so
That's
we saw
right.
him
Where he was flipping the
briefly.
coin.
briefly, very briefly.
Right.
Does
And
he
we
have a different
told you.
voice? Does he have a different voice when he's talking? Is it like obvious that it's not Peverin?
He has white eyes to us.
That and my eyes are whited over.
Yes. You
Okay,
notice
gotcha.
it's a bit different at first, but you can start hearing some of the dialect change.
I look at him and I see the eyes and I pretty much know what's going on. And I just say, you, huh? And I kind of eye him. What are you doing here?
Temerity, you begin moving up to this point. Rye has his
Sorry,
back
just-
to you, and there stands Peverin.
Sorry to sneak up on you, but I felt something calling, and I sensed danger. I came to help you.
As I approach and I hear the voice, I will pat Peverin on the shoulder on my way past him to Rye and just like, hey, good to see you. Welcome back. And I'll address Rye, where did the giant mosquitoes go?
I point over to the barn. But I'm still kind of eyeing Tripp to Peverin.
You see that timidness show back up again with the essence of Pharasma just beaming down near him. He's a little more intimidated now. Hello again. I sense trouble, and he points the same way pretty much Rye was pointing, going there. But I thought all of you were in trouble, so I came back.
I'm eyeing Tripp still, and I kind of say, well, if you were gonna hurt me, I guess you would have already.
You're not the quietest. No offense, but you're loud, extremely loud. I actually saw the corn moving even before I saw you, so it wasn't too hard to figure out that you were here.
And Tripp's voice begins to drown out from the sound of the clutter of Eli as he drags behind him this cavalcade of various equipment that he moves, this armory, a locker of a man, just trudging forward as he's running in your direction.
And I just say, quieter than some. But speaking of you being here, I understand you're here to help. But do you think it's appropriate that you pull this 11-year-old boy into trouble? I'd rather you take him back home, honestly.
Honestly, if I would if I could, but I've been feeling a call just as much as the others. I feel like I need to be here, at least for now.
I give him, I eye him, and I reach into my bag and I pull out just that dagger that I had, you know?
Okay.
And I hand it to him, and I say, you apparently used this pretty well last time. You need it?
He puts his hand out, and as he gets it, he kind of starts doing his, I would say, like, rogue tricks, where he kind of starts flipping the dagger back and forth in his hand.
It's a bit of a flourish.
That's unusual. Hands are smaller, but everything seems familiar. But thank you. I feel a little safer with this now.
Well, like, we got to remember that you did save my life.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember if I was conscious at that point or not, but
I don't think you were.
I don't think so. You got like
Yeah.
yeah,
Got pretty messed up.
You were knocked out, so yeah, I ended up.
centipedes messed you up, man.
Yeah.
Dan, can we assume that it was told that I was saved by Tripp? I feel like that's something I should know. Nobody told me that, though.
Nobody told you that, so
No, I don't think
Fuck,
we
man.
did.
I think
So
there's actually quite a bit that's not been told to you in regards to your own life. So it's a matter of time and place, I suppose. Wait till you find out about Eli and the venom trick that he pulled.
Right, I was just gonna say. Well, I mean, I'll look
Got
at
a
the
little
knife
sucking
and...
happen.
Woo!
Eli and Oz,
not my
you arrive
proudest moment.
on the scene from this point, and you can see that
Sucking.
Tripp is beginning to flourish this dagger between his hands. You immediately recognize that this is Tripp and not Peverin. You can see the eyes and the rogue tricks that he seems to be employing with his fingertips.
I'll walk up and I'll look down at them and I'll say, good, that saves us some trouble. Going and collecting the boy. Now we can protect him ourselves. And then I'll reach into my backpack, my tower locker body, and I'll pull out another dagger, my dagger, and I'll extend that towards Tripp and say two's better than one, right?
Yeah, and he actually, like, for the first time, you see him, like, actually do, like, almost like a circus act of juggling, and then he catches both of them, and then he, like, puts them to his side. It's like he tries to holster him, but realizes he doesn't have anything there, and he kind of just stops and goes, well, yes, actually, thank you. Both of you, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, that was a
And,
cool... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry for all the trouble I am causing, really, but if I can help in any way, I want to be of use. I understand the danger I'm putting the boy in, but I feel like leaving him exposed to the others isn't a good idea either.
No, I mean, it's good that you're protecting the boy, and we're glad you're here, but just remember, and, you know, if anything happens to the boy, we'll just be holding you responsible. No big deal.
I
So
will
enjoy your
literally find
daggers.
your soul and destroy it.
Well, I mean, I wasn't going to go that far, but he's not wrong.
Yes, you've both made that very clear, and again, thank you for the opportunity to let me stay for the time being, and I hope not to be obliterated by either one of your divine presences.
I'll slap him on the back again.
Just stay close.
I make everybody
people-
aware that
My people start getting into the militia at 8 weeks old, so might as well start now.
See, that's the spirit.
It's the most absurd thing I've ever heard. I tell them where I saw the sturge to. I believe you. The sturge go into the barn, and I just tell them one of them flew in through the top. I would imagine there's more inside. I stopped here because I didn't want to get any closer. I thought maybe there would be a better way to approach this. Last thing I want is to fight these suckers one-on-one or hand-to-hand. So maybe, I don't know. What time of day is it?
It's still relatively early. It's probably closing around just before noon.
breakfast.
Yeah, just before noon.
I think there may be approaches to this that we could take if we wanted to eradicate them.
Keeping them inside the building would be the best bet. We don't want to fight these things out in the open. They have way too much maneuverability. So if we can case the exits or any way that they can escape and actually initiate inside of the barn, I think that would give us the best shot.
I was
All right,
thinking.
sounds like a plan to me.
I was thinking fire.
Well, that
And you
would
see a
make 'em wanna
weird
get out.
grin.
Mm,
You see a weird grin hit Rye's lips.
I'll wink at him and be like, well, but whose barn? I mean, does it matter? But whose barn is this?
Does it matter?
I mean, fair, I agree, but I mean, there could be like a cow, or I like cows. Like there could be something. Tripp, can you peek? Like, are you able to, like, I don't know, pop out for a second, like, come back?
You mean
there's something else going on with them as well. They're not
expelled?
just out for a stroll. Something sent them here, and there might be more information we can gather from just killing them.
That is true, and I don't actually know if I can just push myself out of Pevrin.
I can go invisible.
Well, I think that there you go.
Are you sure you can go invisible?
I can try and move quietly as well.
Well,
I look at
I've done
Oz
it.
like, are you sure?
Well, I've done it once or twice before.
No offense, buddy, but sometimes what you think is going to happen is not necessarily what happens, especially when it comes to your spell casting. Poor
I'm
Kendra.
gonna reach up and like,
Yeah, I don't
Touch
know
my
what's
eye
going on.
briefly.
There's like something strange happening here.
I look at Temerity and I say, any livestock would have been sucked dry by now. I don't think there's anything alive in there except for the sturges, and if there is, I'd be totally surprised.
Perceptions,
Whoever
everyone.
owns this, what's that?
Perceptions, everyone.
Okay.
Shit. I
Wow.
noticed nothing.
oh, it's all really bad.
I'm gonna use a reroll.
Okay.
I see everything now.
Oh, Pecker.
I blinked and
Pecker's freaking out.
Pecker and Temerity. Temerity, it might just be your response to this, but Pecker seems to have some sort of response.
Yeah.
The head kind of
Pecker's
immediately
a little concerned.
spins on like dowel, turns to the row of corn that seems to descend downward. Temerity, you hear something happening inside the barn. At first it sounds like there is some sort of a scuffle, but then it briefly turns into a single scream.
Oz, can you check it out? There's someone screaming in there. Carefully.
Eli's gonna start walking towards the bar as soon as he hears that somebody was screaming.
Who heard
I
this?
will
'Cause you-
cast Vanish.
Cast Vanish. Okay.
And
I'll
I will
sneak as
start
well.
making my way over there.
Give me a D1000.
Is it a scream that we recognize? Oh, I didn't hear it. Never mind.
The only person that heard it was Temerity and Pecker.
Wait, then why is Eli moving towards the barn?
Because she said out loud she heard someone
Yeah,
scream.
she heard some.
Oh, okay.
Scream.
67. Close to
Control.
69.
All right, let's see. Let's see what kind of damage.
Let's see what I don't banish.
Hope it's not Torvin screaming.
Ooh, gift sub.
Magnock, thank you so much for the 5. That puts us halfway to our 3rd luck reroll.
Ooh.
Thank you, Magnock.
Yeah. What kind of person here? Let's see. 67. That might be really unlucky.
Uh-oh.
Holy
Do I
crap.
die?
Oh,
I just die.
What level of spell is this?
It's a level 1 spell.
Level 1 spell. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you and make a recommendation that you potentially re-roll this with one of your re-rolls.
Oh god, I want to know what it is though.
Let it ride.
It's-
No,
it's-
the DM's suggesting we might.
This
I
is
want to know what fate has in store for
I
us.
kind of do too. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Are you sure, Maggie? This is bad. It's bad. It's only okay, so it's only bad for you.
Oh. Well then, yeah. Let's have it happen.
I love it.
Oh fuck. I'm sorry, Maggie.
Do I just die?
No.
Do I turn into something?
No.
Okay.
Thank you, Rugby, for putting 5 more. That is a luck reroll.
Do I have to reroll my character?
No, nothing like that. It's just I'm just gonna say I'm sorry, okay? Sometimes the cookie crumbles this way. Forgetfulness. As you feel the ripple of magic energies swirling through your conscious mind, something goes awry. You forget the incantation for 1d4 weeks. The desired spell works as it should have. It has 5 times the effect, and it burns off 3 of your spell slots for the day.
Whoa. Okay.
So roll a d4.
Okay.
Super invisible though.
I'm 5 times invisible.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. You forget the incantation, so you can no longer cast
I
a
will
spell for
never
2
be able to
weeks.
use Vanish for the rest of this campaign, y'all.
Oh man. Okay, and Vanish. Let's see here. So how will I make this at 5 times rate?
The rest of her
Casting
party
time is 1
members go
standard action.
invisible,
Duration is
too.
1 round, up to 5 rounds. So I'm gonna say it's mass vanish.
Or could I just be invisible even through an attack? Like
Wait,
even if I
5
take an action?
rounds? That's it?
Up to 5 rounds, correct.
So we're only going to be invisible for like 45 seconds?
30, but yes.
30, but yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I think for the sake of the spell though, it's
But if it's 5 times,
5 times effectivity, then we're gonna go up. You know what? It's 5 times effective. I'm gonna say it's mass vanish. So everyone that you treat as an ally at this point will have the vanish effect upon them,
All right. All of us.
and it's gonna last at double the duration, so 10 rounds. So you have a minute to move in. It's 250 feet away. If you sprint at this point, you're running through a field of corn, which it's not gonna be fun, but you can do it.
Look, I've done it before.
I see
Actually,
Oz cast
too.
a spell, and I see everyone disappear, right? Like anyone I was looking, everybody, and I even look at my own hands, and I'm
The creature or object touched vanishes. All of your gear additionally vanishes. You can no longer see the subject, unless you can normally see vanished things, or you employ magic to do so. Anything that you put down or drop will become visible. Let's see.
I look down and I look around like, wow, you really can go invisible.
Well, it usually doesn't do it for everybody, but I'll take it.
This doesn't say anything about taking hostile action.
It doesn't.
No, so this will even work. The spell lasts the duration.
Creatures do get a DC 17 to see if we are invisible or not.
Cool. Seems good.
Unless you want to ×5 that too.
It's already hella powerful. Let's just see what
Okay.
we can do here.
Unless you want to add like 18,000 gold, like a gold pile just appears out of nowhere. Do you want to add that?
I was asking something that was relevant.
No, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just trying to see what we can get out of the DM.
I mean,
Okay. Not on top of us. No gold on top of us.
It's cool, but it sucks that you just lost access to that spell incantation. You know what? I'm not gonna be a rude dude. I will allow you to replace that for the sake thereof. But Vanish, we're gonna remove that one.
Okay.
That one's gone.
Dang, man. That's a good spell.
Yeah, that's a hell of a good
Well,
one.
I start running to the barn then. 'cause-
Okay. Even though you
Yeah,
can't
I'm
see,
already
even though you guys
on the
can't see
way.
each other anymore, like you're completely invisible to each other.
But we're still affecting it. We can see the corn
The
moving
corn's
where everybody
spinning
else is.
around.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
see that.
yeah.
Sure, that's fine. Tripp, how about you? Temerity.
If I'm already invisible, well, I was already trying to hide to make my way over there. So I mean, I'm trying to follow the group at this point.
Sure. Oz, do me a
Near the
favor
tank.
and give
I
me
lose 3 other spell slots too, right? So I have to pick 3 other.
and burns off 3 of your spells for the day. Correct.
Yeah, so I have to pick 3 other ones.
Yes. If you can give me a concentration check, pretty please. I will. I think you should be able to hold this just fine. Yeah, just give me a concentration check if you can.
Okay. Concentration. Where that is on my sheet. Oh, just like a con save.
No, that's it should be. Where is concentration?
For some reason I can't find it. I've rolled it before, but I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was in the configuration. Ronald, do you remember where this is? The concentration checks.
Should be on the second, or actually on the spell list itself. If you click the spell tab, bottom left,
Oh, yeah,
where your
right there.
spell slots are at. Yeah.
In spell
Oh, I see
casting,
it now.
yep, concentration.
Yeah. 14.
Okay, yeah, that's good enough. I'm gonna say
It's like
that
I know I've done it before. I just couldn't find it on the sheet.
you can maintain this. I'm gonna have you maintain this spell so that its duration doesn't trickle down until you break to the edge of the cornfield.
Nice.
So the 5 of you break the edge of the cornfield. After moving as quickly as you can, the hindrance is real. It's relatively uncomfortable additionally. I'll need perception checks the moment that you guys break the field.
Yeah, I'll
I'll
be
probably
running.
roll a 4. Shooting for a 5. Oh, I got an 8 this time. Way to go, me.
4 twice over. Okay. Temerity,
Pecker can't see out of the bucket.
Oz, Eli, the 3 of you will see that just breaking the mass of corn, this field, there is a lump that sort of blends in with the edge, but you can just make it out that it's actually Torvin. He's crouched down incredibly low, dropped down to a knee, and he seems to be waiting, watching. His eyes never break over to you. He's just focused on the barn.
You did do it, didn't you, Torvin? You summoned these sturges.
Wow. We're blaming Torvin?
You're sus, man.
Wow.
you just
Wild's not
vented.
even
He
here to
found you.
defend himself.
He's in chat.
He's in chat.
The hell?
I
What
see him.
the
I found a wild.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
It's
Eli
not called
doesn't
wild
want
magic for nothing.
Eli doesn't want to alert anybody or waste any time, so he's just going to, if the barn has an opening in front, he doesn't want to waste his invisibility.
True.
and he's
Remember,
just gonna-
I did say that it was double the duration, and its duration is not 5 rounds. It's 1 round per level. Oz, you are level
Yeah,
2. You got
We're
4
no longer
rounds.
visible.
Oh, no, you held it until you
Oh.
broke that, so now it's going to start ticking. So effectively,
Okay.
you have 4 rounds. It's not long. It's 16 seconds, but that's a long-ass skirmish.
Yeah, I'm
in a
going to try to
Pathfinder
get a
game.
whack on a mosquito.
Okay.
If I can find one in time. Or at least see inside the barn.
Sure.
Into the doorway and try to look like, as an invisible.
Do you try to
Wrangling.
just run up, or are you attempting to stealth whatsoever? Stealth for you is half movement.
I don't think there's enough time, so I'm just gonna have to.
Are you moving
Mm,
to a door, or are you moving to like a there's not many windows, bear in mind.
yeah, the front of the barn, I guess.
Okay.
Well, how far from the corn to the barn?
20 feet.
Like 20 feet. Okay, so we're not far at all.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Oz is full on running to the barn, not
Yeah,
wasting
I'm-
time.
I'm
I
not
was
slowing
told to
down
go check it
either.
out. I casted invisibility, and that's what I'm doing.
Sure.
If I get to the door and I look inside and see what I don't like, maybe I'll stop there. But yeah,
Okay.
Or if I get
So this is
seen.
what we're gonna
Is there
do
a window?
for the sake
or
of this.
can we only see through the door?
So everybody can know exactly how this is gonna work. Let's go ahead and get initiatives, if you could, please. Roll your initiative, please.
Ooh, all right. It's getting spicy.
I mean, there's a scream and it wasn't Torvin, so I gotta protect whoever's in trouble. Initiative.
8 again? I don't.
Do we click our character and then click initiative? Is that what it is?
You can, but you can just roll your initiative. I'll
Okay.
keystroke that in for you.
Okay.
I can't even see my character on the sheet.
It's okay.
I'm gonna re-roll.
I don't think I'm on the
I
map.
re-rolled that one time.
That's unexpected.
Oh shit. Okay, well, I'm not going first or second.
All right.
I do not have very many spell slots left today.
Okay. All right. So tell me what you got. Oz, what did you get?
I got a 5. No, I got a 7.
That's not impressive, but we can work with it. Rye, what you got?
Look, don't
An
judge me for.
8. And I just want
initiative.
to I just want to throw out that my initiative is a 4 on its own. So I
That's amazing.
rolled a
That's
4.
How
I
big the
rolled a
number
4.
is how I use my action.
that's right.
Okay.
That's right. Temerity, what'd you get?
That would be a 24.
Holy shit. Okay. All right. Impressive.
First-
Eli.
I got a 1, but it's saying no valid token was selected. So is that doing it correctly?
You
that's 'cause
rolled,
we
you
didn't
rolled-
have our tokens.
Did
Yeah.
you roll twice?
No.
I re-rolled one, the first one, and got a worse one.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So then you've got a 6.
I re-rolled a 1.
Oh, well, that's not great.
Well, your first
Yeah,
one
yeah,
was
yeah.
a 6.
Yeah, your
though.
first one is. We're gonna go ahead and. Or did you wanted to
No,
reroll
he
that?
re-rolled.
Gotcha.
He
Okay.
used one as a reroll.
That is-
He used one of his
Oh,
rerolls.
rainbow.
and then he rolled
That's
the
unlucky.
one.
That's hell unlucky. Tripp, what'd you get?
I have one more. I mean, but
Go for
I
it.
got
What do you
10.
want?
Okay. Technically there are 3 luck rerolls, and you guys can holler at Jan all you like.
Wait. It's got to be. Oh my god.
Oh my God!
Theta's
Wow!
like it wants a 1.
So
Why did you
Ello,
curse me?
how you
Rye?
feeling about that 4?
Listen, he might have got 2 1s in a row, but I'm on 3 sessions now where I'm not rolling higher than a 6. Okay, so
Not that he's
Good.
listening.
good. Someone else. Someone
Oh
else
my
is
God.
good with it.
Oh
That's-
my god.
It's a
I'll
curse.
I'll use my last one. Okay, well.
Oh!
0.
Oh my God!
Worse. than
Wait.
0.
How did you?
He has a
I have
minus
neg-
2.
I have negative
He has a
2.
minus 2.
I have no decks, and I got a
Holy shit! You rolled 1, 1, and 0.
Some F's in the chat, please.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Cobalt. You shouldn't buy a lottery ticket, dog.
No, you should. All your bad luck is out. You've got nothing
No.
but good luck after this.
Buy a lottery ticket somehow has to owe money.
Cobalt, let's go to the casino again.
No, I keep losing on my random rolls for my Isaac streaks too. I keep rolling the worst characters every time.
Damn.
And out of 34 options. So
We need to go to the casino.
it's just how it is right now.
Well, here we go.
Go lose land at the casino or something.
When you're our tank, man. God damn it.
I know, I'm trying to get up in there.
As you move in,
Stop that.
the 5 of
Really
you begin
put
to
shivers down
descend.
my spine.
You descend upon the barn, and you hear that call again from this flute that seems to ring out cacophonously, barreling off of the walls, echoing back unto you. It sends shivers down a few of your spines, but you manage to stoically resolve yourself, moving forward. As you do so, you just break into the vision of the front of the barn. Eli, perhaps it was that tone, but maybe it was something else. Fate not be on your side at this time, but you were immediately struck. Someone runs into you, full bore directly into your chest. They begin to panic. You hear the cries of a woman. A blonde-haired maiden has burst from the barn. She has blood on her face. She has blood on the front of her dress. And she looks mad. She's crying, and she starts to panic and flail against you. She says, "No, no, no! Get it away!"
Calm down, calm down. Are you injured? And I know I'm invisible, but he's still gonna say that.
She doesn't have much more of a response short of that. Do you try to restrain her because she's going to try to immediately break past you?
Yeah, I'll try to hold her there for a moment.
Okay, give me. This is going to be really, really easy for you. Give me a CMB.
That's better.
That's significantly better. And yeah, you manage to grab onto the arms. You kind of like wrap an arm around her back, and she panics for a moment, but it's because she can't see anything. And as you pull her in to sort of like restrain her, the image that you see behind her, after your eyes adjust to the darkness of the barn, a single ray of light breaks down from an opening in the ceiling, and laying amidst the hay appears to be a man, or what you think at one point was a man. There are 3 sturges laying over the top of his body, this emaciated and thin, drawn tight body. The skin hugs so tightly to the bone at this point, as if they are drawing every ounce of fluid from his person. He's not moving. And the blood is in a very, very small amount. We're going to go ahead and start initiative here. Temerity, you are first.
Well, even though this man clearly has shuffled off this mortal coil, I'm gonna, that makes it easier. I'm gonna try to attack him with my crossbow from a distance. One of the not the dude, one of the mosquitoes.
Okay. Fire away.
All right, bam.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay. All right.
Woo!
You rolled a critical. Roll again to confirm.
Same thing, just click it.
Yep.
Click the crit confirm. Oh, the crit confirm's there. It says 8.
Oh.
It already
Was
did
it there?
Yeah.
Oh, that is so
It
not
didn't
fun, though.
confirm it.
That's butts. I hate that.
Yeah.
That takes away the power of it.
But
Okay. All right.
Saying what it did.
You succeed in hitting. Unfortunately, you did not confirm the critical. The worst part about it is it's 1 damage, a single point. However, it doesn't miss. Right on target. It strikes home. It seems like almost as if it's going to be a glancing blow at first because its wings sort of come up, revealing its bizarre 6-fettered legs that seem to dangle from its body. Some of them seem shorter than the others, but you plink home right in the thickness of its lower abdomen. You see blood begin to pour out of its side. It sputters up, pulling its proboscis from the body, and it starts to take flight. On my go. All right. Another call again, and they take flight. The man lies solidly still on the ground, almost as if he was carved there or crafted from the soil. And the 3 of them lift into the darkness of the roof of the barn. Tripp.
Yes. I will, I'll try to hide. I mean, I don't know if they noticed me already, but I will,
You're invisible, just so you know.
I would still take a preemptive, hiding spot.
Okay.
Yeah. So do I just roll for stealth or?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a stealth. Looks
32.
really good. Holy shit, that looks really good.
So hearing this flapping going on, if the door's still being blocked, right? Like I know it's a barn door, but it's not completely open.
It's a 4-wide door. It's meant for like large scale equipment that can go through or animals. You should be able to see.
Okay. Then if there's like an opening on the side where I can go in and like try to hide off to the side, I will do that.
Okay, sure. What does this look like? Do you find like a bale of hay, or do you move behind some sort of equipment?
So seeing that these baddies are taking flight, I will keep myself low, and then running just behind Rye and Eli and like Temerity, assuming that they're the three up front, because I would assume me and Oz would be in the back. I would use them as kind of like a cover to essentially like run and then like jump and curl into a hiding spot in the corner, and then I would like keep myself pressed
You got it.
against a wall or something hidden.
You move into a hiding spot. Perfect. Rye. You can hear the footfall of your allies. Some of them seem to move in. This woman is still held in a position. It looks as if something has constrained her movement. Her arms are drawn up very tightly to her person, and you can see through whatever is holding her. Your best guess is it's probably Eli.
Where is he holding her? Like right near the door?
Just outside of the mouth of the door itself.
Okay.
Got her like tucked under the arm.
And I'm assuming I'm right near the door too. I moved up with everybody.
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's safe to say yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to ready in action for this turn. I'm not going to be moving in or anything like that. I'm going to be observing. If
Sure.
Any of these sturges get within range, I want to charge and grab.
Sure.
So
I got it.
yeah.
Perfect. So you hold action. You're waiting.
Correct. I hold action and I'm going to be reactive.
Got it. Oz.
All right. I don't think I'm gonna hold my action. I think I'm gonna cast another spell.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right, what you got?
I'm gonna do magic weapon
You got it.
on my crossbow.
Okay.
Does that work? Am I gonna?
Yeah,
have
no,
to
that
do
looks
anything?
totally fine. It's normal. It's as normal as can be.
All right. Whew. And I'm gonna add that +1 to my attack.
You got it.
For damage, do we add our strength or anything to it?
Not in the use of a bow. If you had a strength rated bow, it'd be a different story, but in this case, you do not.
Cool. And then I will roll to see what happens. 11?
You actually won't get to attack. You used your standard action to cast a spell.
Oh, right. Yeah. I just cast it to make it more powerful. Great.
Yep, you just made it stronger.
Stronger. And it's magical now.
Yes.
And it's glowing gold.
Did you want to move at all? You still technically have a move action.
No. Also, you're all no longer probably invisible.
You
I
have.
think if someone in the group unvisits or does an action.
I actually read over it, and I didn't see anything about a hostile action.
This spell functions like invisibility, and when you go to
Oh,
invisibility,
I must have
if
like
you
glanced right
do the
over it.
group thing that you want, then if anybody in the group attacks or does an action like that, it will break it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want to cheat. No cheating.
It'll shake it at the end of the round then, since we're pretty much at the end of the round. Eli, your action, restraining the woman, pulled you out of invisibility. But it is now your turn again, Eli.
Does detect evil take an action at all or anything like that, or?
It depends on what it is. Can you go ahead and cue that up for me? I can let you know.
Okay.
One standard action. Yes.
I think I think I'll detect evil because I don't know if the person I'm carrying is even evil. Maybe it's a bad person.
Okay.
And yeah. So I'll do that, I suppose. And,
Sure. You channel your detect evil, courtesy of your paladin-like nature and abilities, and it opens up your cone of vision. Your vision seems to distort and change briefly before you can immediately see into that spectrum. Alignment becomes quite a bit more clear to you. And for the first time in this duration that you've been here, you're lost. The only evil thing that you see in your sight is Rye.
Nothing abnormal. So he'll call out to the rest of the groups since they're not invisible anymore. And he'll just say, watch the window where they came in through. We don't want them getting out. And can I like try to shut the barn door or?
You
I have
can,
a movement
but
still?
if you do that, Yeah, I mean, you've got to remember you have a woman in your arms at this moment.
Yeah, I want to drop her and try to shut the barn door. Drop her outside the barn, shut it. And if I can.
Okay. Okay, you do. You kind of spin her down to the ground, dropping her, and you bring forth both of the doors, pulling it closed. That's going to be your entire round.
Okay. Perfect.
Top of the initiative round. Temerity.
How close am I to the window? Like, where is there any open windows or doors after Rye closes the barn door?
Just the open ceiling, the
Okay.
the vent, that open light.
Nothing I can get to. Okay. Then I will do. I could give them a stern gaze. I will fire another crossbow bolt.
Okay. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Do you have like dark vision or low
Yes.
light? Okay, then
At 60 feet of perfect dark vision.
Temerity. All right, so this is where things get a little more interesting. Temerity, where they have spun up onto the roof, where these various beams are sort of like guiding up, keeping the ceiling afloat in this A-frame. You are certain you saw 3 move up to the ceiling.
Mhm.
But as they begin to move, hanging upside down from the banisters, you see 5.
Oh.
5 more or 5 altogether?
Yeah, that.
At
thank you.
least 5.
I will share that information. Really quickly before, as I'm saying that, I'm not yelling it because now that I see more. Are they're just standing up there, right? They're not, or hanging up there. They're not actively
Right now.
charging us.
Right now, they're just waiting.
Right. Like
You can see a bit of blood seem to drip from the one that has a coral sticking right out of its abdomen. Seems to be just a steady, streaming drip that's pouring downward.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay. Are you happy with your 6? Or are you going to fire with a reroll?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm gonna save those other 2. I think we're gonna need them.
Sure. You fire away, and it seems to almost be a glancing blow. It strikes at one of their wings, and as it seems to sort of take flutter, the coral just bounces off the wing, sort of caddies off into the wall. My turn. There is a very long and pregnant pause as a moment turns into minutes. And at this point, everyone can hear. And Temerity, what you see is bizarre. Every time there is that warble, that flicker from the pipe itself, each of the insects, the sturges, their wings, all of them seem to open up on a different warble. And they turn to dive at anyone that they can see.
Okay.
Oh boy. Let's go ahead and change our music. Let's get things a little more exciting here.
Well.
Good, because that
I'm
one was
going
making
to-
me anxious.
Yeah, tell everybody. Like, I will tell everyone as I fire. There's 5 of them, at least.
Can you guys hear audio? Because it's not
Yes,
coming
I
through on
can
my
hear.
end. Okay. Let's.
Very, very
Oh,
much.
now it's gone.
Yes. Seems to have stuck on my end. So let me go ahead and change that music. Giant vampiric insects, my worst nightmare.
Yeah, now we're suddenly in Australia, and I'm not okay with it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk of mosquitoes today in my life, or creatures that want to suck blood of some kind.
Wyld, you're the only good thing. You and your lovely wife, the only good things in Australia.
Oh,
I mean,
There we
that's
go.
not true. I mean, you are good, but I mean, there is awesome things.
As the 5 creatures
good off-roading.
immediately begin to dive bomb, they start to select various targets. At least it feels that way. When they converge. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14. Okay. We gotta like that. So, I'm gonna roll a d20 to determine who I'm hitting. Oh! Temerity,
Hey now.
what is your AC?
18.
18. All right. All right, here we go.
Attack it with the new.
All right, Temerity. They immediately begin to swarm you. Oh, God. Okay. You said 18?
And I have a shield. I don't know if I have time to bring it up as an action in this when they're attacking or not.
Negative. You cannot.
Okay.
That's actually going to drop your AC. Because you're not using your shield. Here we go. Rolling the dice. Roll 20 is moving at the speed of smell today.
Yeah. I don't know why, but it's been happening a lot with me too. Like the rolls for you guys come up like a minute and a half after.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2. It's trying. 2 of them.
I see a lot of those from here. I don't
Oh,
know.
Yeah, I see them all. I see all 5.
Well, one is currently rolling at the moment. All right, friend. Perfect.
Wow.
So the way that this is going to look, so that everybody knows exactly what is happening, it almost appears as if they are sort of dispersing around, right? They're like they want to break. They're sort of moving in different directions, but they seem to cant their wings in a direction, and they all dive bomb a singular purpose. They begin to swarm up around your body. These are all roughly the size of like a Cocker Spaniel, okay? It's a medium-sized dog that is a mosquito. When they land their attack, their barbed legs latch onto their target, anchoring them into place. An attached scourge is effectively grappling its prey. They're going to lose some of their AC in this case. But as they seem to become anchored, their wings never quite stop moving, and they begin to lift you off the ground. You feel multiple projectiles, or at
Fall
least as much as
damage is
feels.
no joke.
There are 3 that successfully managed to stab you. Ugh, okay. It doesn't just take away your hit points here. One of them lands just on your lower torso, another on your arm, you feel 2 on your back, on your legs, but the one just in front of you, it pierces through your leather armor with this enormous sucker-like straw that has an angled end designed to just completely rupture dense hides. And as it begins to siphon away your blood, you immediately can feel your vision start to become a little hazy. You can feel it in multiple spots at this point. Your body is beginning to lift from the ground, and each one successfully deals 1 point of inflicted constitution damage. You're going to take
Is that 3?
3 points of constitution damage.
If you go to 0 constitution, you die.
You die.
Yeah. So does that go against my constitution?
Yes, it does. So you will take
Okay.
a temporary minus to that.
Yep. So -3.
Correct. And I will need a fortitude save from you. Very good. Very, very, very good. Okay.
She's getting flung in the air
And
and
I'm like, ow!
sucked to
Stop
death.
that!
And she's just, what a badass.
You've managed
Until I
to
die.
stave off some of this lingering sickness, but the more that they draw your constitution, the more that they sort of siphon away that health, the more susceptible you will become. You've managed to stop one of them. If more of them continue for rounds, you'll have to make more. Next in line, Tripp. You can now see Temerity floating about 4 or 5 feet off of the ground. They're starting to pull her up, almost like they're beginning to elevate her body upward.
Seeing that she's in danger, he's gonna jump over that bale of hay and like fucking just double dagger into one of them, see if he can bring them down.
Okay, make an attack. Let's see what you got. This encounter is no joke, everybody. Like, I want my fights to feel difficult, and I'm not giving any more than this encounter actually suggests. So it's hard, and it's hard for a reason.
I feel that.
That is within
it's
your
a
crit
crit.
range. That is within your
I
crit range.
welcome our death.
Roll
We
again to confirm.
join the Harrowstone.
I'll re-roll that.
Okay, let's see what you got. Let's see if that is going to confirm. They are actually denied their dexterity.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. You're actually going to get a bonus because you're technically drawing flank with her body.
Oh, nice.
That is going to be just enough to hit. Just enough. So, before you roll, the crit hit deck.
Fourth card you pull.
The fourth card that I pull, huh? These effects are always pretty radical. So,
Yeah, hyped. Dude, Tripp carrying us.
2, 3, 4. You're using a piercing weapon, yes? No, you're using...
That is correct.
Yeah, okay.
Someone heal the bug.
Double damage, and the target, if possible... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, sure, we're gonna run with it. It's called Appendictus. Double damage and the target is poisoned.
Hmm. Can it even be poison?
Oh yeah, they can be poisoned.
Okay.
So roll your damage, sir. Double damage. That's pretty good. That's enough, actually. So, what this looks like, you're doing enough to actually kill this creature in a single blow. So what does this look like? Describe it for me. Set the scene. Tell me what Tripp is doing here. How do you kill this creature?
As Temerity starts getting attacked by these bugs, like Tripp like immediately goes down and he's like having like a small panic attack, and he goes, okay, just like last time, and he like it's like he immediately remembers just how he used to fight when he had to defend himself. You see him get up and he runs to the wall, and then he like pole vaults himself like pretty much like a little Mario jump, and then he jumps back, and then that's when he brings down both those daggers on the mosquito.
The acrobatics from Tripp is nothing short of amazing at this point. He literally leaps off of the wall, bringing a dagger down its back and pulling it through. As it manages to pull down its back and rend this thing from the abdomen down open, blood just pours out. Like a fountain, it just seems to pour over the ground. You're not sure if it's Temerity's, or if it's the poor soul that is left on the ground, now showered in his own blood. Rye, it is your turn.
Yeah, I am going to run over to Temerity, who's obviously in trouble, and Rye is going to just fucking pummel attempt to pummel one of the Sturges. I'm also gonna try power attack with this.
Go for it.
So I don't know exactly how we do that.
So for the sake of your attack here, you remove some of your attack bonus to do additional damage. You need to see if you're going to be able to hit, so we're going to basically subtract from whatever your bonus is here.
Sure. Okay, so I'll go ahead and roll. Oh, I think I did that wrong.
No, that's just fine. And even
Okay.
if we're pulling off for your power attack bonus, it's gonna that's really high. That's going to deal.
Thank you for not rolling a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Thank you. Oh, that's beautiful. Power attack. Man, I haven't used power attack in a minute. So you're gonna remove one penalty. You do 1.5 times your strength modifier on damage. So it's +2 on all melee damage rolls. So in this case, you're gonna pull 1, and you're gonna do 2 additional damage. That's
So I rolled a 20 and doing 9.
You're doing 9. That's more than a Sturge has. So what does this look like?
Oh, dude, I just run up and seeing Temerity in trouble. Obviously, I'm, moving about as fast as I fucking can. And as I'm running, I use the momentum of the run to just full hips. I mean, just boom into the one that's attached on her chest, or the one that's actually got the proboscis like in her. And I mean, when I hit this thing, the fucking wing flies off, the fucking face just crumbles on the side like it was just smashed, and it just kind of like flutters kind of instinctually because the brain is all fucked up, and it just kind of flutters to the ground.
You shatter the head of this creature, and in doing so, taking some liberties with your event here, you manage to kill the creature. It splits in several places. It flutters down and sort of like twitches. But where you broke its head, the proboscis still remains in the body. Now blood seems to flow freely from the creature's straw-like appendage. Oz,
Yes.
your move.
Oz is going to use the crossbow that's glowing gold and is now magical. We'll see what happens.
Do you have precise shot?
I don't.
You don't. Okay. All right.
I don't do well.
All right.
You're a real
It
mixed
tings
bag
off
tonight,
like
Maggie.
a beam.
You're a
and
real
incinerates.
mixed bag tonight, Maggie.
Have a leg.
So precise shot is a very interesting skill that unless you are particularly a ranger, not many people take. You take precise shot, so in the event that you fire into melee combat, you don't actually strike your ally. It's relatively important. It's something that most storytellers seem to forget because everybody goes in this Lord of the Rings mindset. Unfortunately, not everyone is Legolas. It's not enough to break by Rye's armor. It's also not going to be enough to seemingly strike Temerity. However, it's additionally not enough to break by the creature's AC either. Glancing below, nothing seems to occur on anyone. Narrow. Rye, you see this coral seem to whiz right by. It strikes off of the backside of one of these creatures. Just the one just next to the one you had just destroyed, right? You feel it. It was close. If you had leaned into that punch even anymore, it might have glanced by your face.
Careful, I yell back.
Do you move at all, Oz?
I mean, as long as there's nothing near me, then I don't move. I stay where I'm at.
You got it.
Yeah.
Eli, Torbran.
Help me, Eli wants movie. You're my only hope.
So there's one left attached and two in the rafters still, or all five, right? Two in the
They've all
rafters
anchored. They've all anchored, but only 3 of them have managed to successfully impale.
still? Okay.
2 of them are destroyed.
I will, I'll try to move to Temerity as well and swing down my warhammer on the other one, the third one that is penetrating.
You got it. You got to make an attack for me, please. Okay. The 11 will hit. The 8... Wait a minute. Sorry, I was looking at... The 11 will hit. The 8's the different roll. So the 11's going to hit. Minimum damage, you strike down with your warhammer, and it seems to sort of crunch it, but not enough to actually kill it. The creature seems to kind of push back, and it remains. It continues. You've moved in. You guys are all effectively into combat range at this point. Except for Oz, who's staying at range. Top of the initiative round. Temerity. What do you do?
What can I do?
You
Right?
can try to
Like,
force them off of your body. You can, you're technically grappled.
can
so
I use my Morning Star? Because it
yes,
is like,
yes, you can.
or probably my dagger. Probably, like, I'm thinking it's like what? So I have like a straw coming out of me.
Yes.
Where is the remaining one that's, I know that I'm worried about the grappled one.
The one in front of you is that's technically pierced like your abdomen. This one is still alive. This is the one that Eli just struck. Rye?
I thought
You mean
that
Rye?
Rye struck that one.
Yeah, I
Rye
thought it was dead.
There's
Yeah.
three. There's three that have successfully hit you. And
I thought that only one was in my front though, because that's the one that.
Oh,
Rye
that's the one that you-
specifically went
okay,
for.
so
yeah.
forgive me, forgive me.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
maybe it's dead, just hanging out of her
Sure.
chest still.
sure. That's the
Yeah, I
that's the
would-
open proboscis then.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if that's the only one, like if I can see blood coming out of that one, I'm probably gonna, shit. What would make me know not to pull that out?
Medicine, right?
Medicine, a heal.
Let's see. Can I start to pull it out and like roll a heal and see if I realize if this is the right thing to do or not? Because I just don't know. Like I don't know if this is the right thing to do in or out of character.
Give
I'm thinking
me
in character.
give me a. This is difficult. So. Sure, I think give me a heal.
I have a survival.
Yeah, I mean, I believe the longer that this stays in your body, the longer the odds of you consistently like free-flowing blood from your person.
Okay. So let me then. I'm gonna try to yank it out.
Sure, give me a strength check. Holy shit, you're just killing the rolls tonight.
Oh, either that or kill me. So I'm gonna. I get one choice.
Temerity, you managed to pull with this and just remove this from your person as you see blood sort of like begin to pour down over your glove, even your gloved hand, and you now have this. You can feel the heat of the blood rolling down your torso. Do you cover this with your hand? Do you drop the proboscis?
yeah.
What does this look like?
I pull it out and I like disgust it, like give it like a crap look and throw it. While I take my one hand and put pressure before I put it with the other. I assume, are they still, there's still enough of them grappled to me, so there's 3 of them still grappled to me.
Yes.
Does that mean I'm still in the air, or am I more like
You're
coming back down?
You're starting to come back down at this point.
Okay. So then I'm just gonna hold on to myself, and do I have time to cast heal, or no? Like pull and heal, or just pull?
So is your heal, is it a supernatural ability?
No, it's my skill, but I have.
Oh,
my
if it's just a
domain
skill?
Yeah, my domain is the healing domain. I can. I do have actually, you know what? Let me look at my spells. I think I will. I can rebuke death.
You're not there
which-
yet.
Well, it's just you touch a living creature as a standard action, healing it for 1d4 points of damage, +1 for every 2 levels you possess.
Temerity, the interesting thing
it
about
has
this,
to be 0 hit points. Never mind.
and this is something that you're not entirely sure of. Perhaps it's the creature that is attacking you. You feel the blood pouring from your body, but you don't feel any pain. No pain at all.
Well, that's helpful.
You felt them pierce from the back as well, but no pain.
Wonder if that has something to do. No, never mind.
Mosquitoes in real life do that.
What's that?
Mosquitoes in real life do that. They'll like inject you with like their spit, which
Yeah,
is
so
like
you
an
don't-
anesthetic.
Yeah.
Feel it.
Lull them into. What can I? Okay, I can give myself a 1 hit point. Like that's my only heal, is virtue, or
Sure.
judgment.
You
Wait,
could
Um,
casting a spell with all those creatures nearby will provoke an attack of opportunity, correct?
It could, yes.
You might want to be careful in the spell casting. You've got at least 3 near you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold it.
Okay.
You're right.
You clutch the open wound that you can feel the heat of the blood rolling down your body under your armor.
Is there like a hole, like a visible hole?
Briefly, you would see something like that, yes.
Okay.
At least in the armor. You don't really know what the damage is like beneath that. What do you do with the proboscis?
Oh, I tossed it to the ground.
Tossed it to the ground. Okay. Okay.
I don't want to get hypermalaria.
That's the last thing that you need.
All of our weapons are still glowing like the North Star.
The Sturges release, and they attempt to fly out. The one that had been struck, not quite killed by Eli, is struggling the most. You rattled it. You managed to knock loose a few things. It's not quite capable of getting out with haste. They are attempting to retreat. You can make attacks of opportunity. Everyone can.
Yes.
If you'd like to make an attack.
Attacks of opportunity can't be a grapple attempt, can it?
Correct, it cannot.
Okay, just making sure.
Oz, you will succeed.
Yay! Can I reroll
Tripp,
my damage?
You can, in fact. Eli, you will miss, and that leaves Rye. Rye, make an attack for me.
Sure.
I mean, I rolled one more damage.
Rye, that's an even or an odd. Tripp, you've got damage as well.
I'm gonna power attack 2 with it. Can I do that on an attack of opportunity?
You have to declare power attack beforehand.
Oh, okay. My bad. Okay. So.
And at this
yeah,
point,
I'll
if
just
you
go-
use power attack, you would not be an even and odd. It would just go straight to miss.
Yeah, that's what I would assume. That's what I was saying. Is if you were calculating the 14 as like an even or odd, that I would have actually missed because I did the power attack. But if I didn't announce it, then I'll just go with it. So I'll just say even.
Even. You will successfully hit.
Cool.
So give me damage. Oh, wait, you got damage. It's 5.
Yeah, damage.
So
is
5.
already,
Tripp's also got 5. Oz has 3, but Oz rerolled into a 4. Okay.
For full honesty, it's been a round. Is there more damage I need to take?
No, in full honesty's sake, the round, you guys nerd circled them, right? Like they did that to you, and then everybody just sort of swarmed up around them and just started making attacks. Once they reach X amount of damage, where they
thing? What
Yeah.
is nerd circling?
have you seen Shaun of the Dead,
That's a good reference.
where
Yeah,
they each
I
have the
don't
pool
remember any.
sticks, and they're fighting the bartender to Queen? That's basically a nerd circle where you in tandem circle an object like that.
I'd call that like you're ganging up on somebody, not nerd circling.
I like
them.
nerd circle a lot. In fact, I already hear "Don't Stop Me Now" from Queen
Yeah.
playing in my head
Right.
as we're bashing these things. You know.
Can we make a new move? Like that's our signature move. Is the nerd
The
circle?
nerd
The
circle,
nerd
Lord.
circle. I mean,
It's like the Mighty Ducks with the flying bee.
That's right.
Right. Instead of tapping
Nerd
our
circle.
Some Sandlot ass move. I'm loving it. So, after your attacks, each of you landing a few blows at this point as you're striking out, they try to take flight. 2 of them go down immediately. One takes a blow that seems to injure it, but it manages to remove itself, flying from the skylight out of the barn.
I
There-
have combat reflexes, so I get one more attack of opportunity.
You're a child. Stop it.
No, I'm being serious. I actually have combat reflexes.
How are you gonna? I'm gonna entertain this. How are you gonna do this?
Attack to use my opportunity to attack again.
Yeah, you. Go ahead and make your attack. I don't think you're gonna be able to make this. Because they don't stop flying just because you can make an additional attack. That's about what I thought.
reroll. You have
I'll
rerolls, right?
re-roll it.
Yeah, do
Go for it.
That'll be my last one, right? Because
I think so, yes.
13.
It's going to be a miss.
Oh my God, I love that voice.
There's no more luck rerolls, Maggie.
Give us some luck rerolls.
Would it make it out by the end, by the starting of my
We have
turn, or before
3?
that, or would it be just at the window?
It's out the window.
Can we still see it though?
Not likely, no.
Oh, okay.
It breaks field of vision, so unless you wanted to charge outside,
I mean, if I knew it was injured and I knew yeah, I would try to make chase because I don't know if it's gonna come after us again. No, I take that back. Tripp Tripp's not the kind of guy to bust out a heroic. So I mean, if it's leaving, it's leaving. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Combat comes to a screeching halt. It stops there. Bloodied,
All of me.
bloodied and battered. Temerity, you have multiple punctures throughout your body, though none of them hurt. However, you can feel the blood. It's flowing. What do you do?
All right. Well, I'm gonna. I mean, I'm assuming that I didn't stumble or fall. I don't have any Windex.
I don't have any Windex.
I love it. Big fat Greek wedding.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Does anyone have any bandages? Like, I'll keep my hands here because that's obviously the worst one. But any bandages?
I'm
Can anyone-
gonna run up to Rye's gonna run up to Temerity and I'm gonna inspect her wound, like on her back and in the front.
Sure. Give me a heal check.
I hold out some like what look like little tiny chicken pants.
I just say as I'm going there, I just say, we should stop the bleeding, and I start inspecting.
I
the wounds.
offer the chicken pants.
That's very sweet, Oz. I don't know that that'll do it though, and I'll like peek my hand open.
Oz
Eli.
puts it on anyway.
Eli will step in for sure.
I have little chicken
I'll be like,
pants underneath my hand.
Like back up, give me room.
I back
Oz
up.
gets out of your
Also,
way.
check the woman outside. I dropped her before the battle.
Rye looks over. Is she still there?
The door was shut. She
Torvin
was dropped
was
outside.
as
Torvin was
well.
outside.
Oh, okay.
So I figured, to kind of lean on that.
Rye just remembers the man, like being drained. I rush over to him to check on him.
I'll go rush
Eli's
to the
doing this.
woman outside then.
Do you want me to heal?
Give me a heal check.
I would, I guess, tear off my sleeves to help Temerity's bleeding stop. I don't have bandages, so.
Okay, so let me describe some situations here for everyone. Rye, you wanted to move over to the man's body.
Correct. I just want to check on him. I didn't want to assume he's dead. He probably needs the most help out of anybody if he's still alive.
You glance down, and his body is half covered in blood. You witnessed Tripp leap through the air, stabbing one of the sturges in the back, rending its abdomen open, and it poured blood all over this man's legs. But when you get a closer look at him, it's not quite a man. He's a teenager. You can see some of the early signs of facial hair starting to mount up on the face, but the eyes are sunk deeply into the face. The lips are drawn up to next to nothing. The moisture seems to be almost completely removed, and blood is no longer visible on any of the orifices of this person. This is somebody's son.
What were the two of them doing in the barn together?
You glance down and you can see that his trousers are undone.
So, am I to assume he's dead? I mean, I get down and I don't even know if Rye would know how to like check for a pulse. I check for breathing.
Nothing.
So dead.
ABCs, airway, breathing, circulation.
Annie, are you okay?
I inspect, like he's not breathing, so I like.
There's nothing. There's his body is losing heat. You can even tell by touching him briefly that he's lukewarm at best.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, he's not cold yet. I mean, Rye just stands up and just looks over at the rest of the group while they're doing things. What is everybody doing right now?
Tripp, where you stand just between Temerity and between the man, you can see this man's body. This boy, probably 15, 16, 17 years old. He's certainly older than Peverin. He's older than that body, but you can very clearly see that he's dead. It's not your first time seeing the dead, but it's the first in a very, very long time. I need for you to give me a memory test. Roll your wisdom modifier, please. D20 plus your wisdom mod. Very, very good. Tripp, you immediately recall You don't know why this has come to you now. But where you stand in life, you can recall seeing a prison guard lying on the ground, body completely siphoned of heat, blood, and moisture, and insect buzzing around your cell. A man moved outside freely between them with a long, dark, hooded cowl. Draped at his hip was an enormous panpipe. He drew it up between him, and he pulled this long, awkward, winded-like draw from it. And they land at his feet, moving up to him in the way that a small animal like a dog would. And he leans down and he pets them. His eyes catch yours for a brief moment. And then he turns again, the cowl falling, and he starts walking. They move and separate, and they follow him. Like a piper, the tail of the piper, and the rats. But these are sturges. The guard, that guard died. The man was later apprehended, and the sturges were destroyed. You remember this before flashing back, and you can see that man there on the ground before you, that teenager. You don't really know why it just triggered that memory, but it's so vivid, like it's happened recently. Eli, where you stand before Temerity, you are wanting to treat her wounds, correct?
Mm.
Okay. What do you have to help you with this here?
Pair of chicken pants.
I've got a lot of points into healing.
And 2
Let's
sleeves.
see.
Lay on hands.
I like that you just like rip your sleeves off.
I have some soap.
Okay.
I've got a little bit of hemp rope. I have a grappling hook, so maybe like some sort of sharp. I mean, you can like probe something with it, maybe.
Like-
So you know,
Grappling hook her.
you know that
probing her now.
You need to
What?
be able to see the wound very clearly. You know that she has multiple wounds at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Her wound is currently being obscured by her armor and clothing. Do you ask to remove the armor? Temerity, do you even attempt to just try to cover this up to get to a safer spot, or what does this look like? You are still freely losing blood.
Yeah, I'm basically like looking like I see it. Like I see it happening, and I'm just. Are you just stop it? Can you whatever you need to do? Stop. Like this
I need
is
to
not
pull
good.
this armor up.
And I will. I'll like put my arm, like one arm at it, like keeping pressure on the big wound, like one arm at a time. I will assist in whatever ways I can to get whatever armor or
Sure.
anything that needs to come off. I will be extremely cooperative, especially because I'm assuming I have full range of movement since I can't feel any pain, even if I'm losing blood at a
What type of armor do you have?
disgusting clip. I have, I believe, studded leather.
Okay. She lifts her arm and she immediately tries to assist in pulling the straps from the side of the body so that you can like, kind of coil back that armor. And you'll succeed, revealing this sort of like undergarment, this like undershirt, this linen like jerkin of sorts. And there's a very obvious and bloodied hole right where this creature's proboscis stuck through in the abdomen.
Get the fingers in the hole and rip the linen open so you can get a clear view at the wound itself.
Sure. You manage to rend this open. Do you try to clean the wound? Is there any sterilization? You can see that this is the entry of the wound is fairly vicious. It was something that was designed to go in and not to be easily pulled out. Think like a fish hook.
Mm-hmm. I've got a water skin and soap, so I can pour some water on there to try to clear the blood off and sterilize it with the soap as well.
Temerity, give me a fortitude. You manage to stomach this, no pun intended, entirely. As the blood seems to flow, he pours from his water skin, sort of clearing it up, and the blood still continues to trickle out. And it's still an odd sensation. Temerity, you're not entirely sure why, but you're bleeding, and you can feel the heat around the wound. The skin is very irritated, but you're not feeling any pain from this. You even note, as you're sort of like compressing down, one of your fingers briefly just slide into the entry of the wound, and there is still no pain touching the raw meat of your stomach.
Well, I mean, I'm sure this will hurt tomorrow, but it sure doesn't hurt now. So I don't know why, but let's use that to our advantage. Do what you need to do. You know, just do it quickly, and just don't worry about me because I can't feel a thing.
With these, it's not so much the bite itself they need to worry about, but what they can carry. I've seen these things release plagues that have wiped out half of a town before. So let's just hope they didn't get anything. They weren't carrying anything that could have gotten in your blood.
Eli, give me a perception. You are intelligent enough to fix this, but you need to see if there is any lasting damage to an organ.
Yeah, I need to basically know, am I going to be able to fix this with like, oh shit. Okay.
You have a reroll?
I have no reroll.
Oh!
Shit! I have rerolls.
I have an alternative,
okay,
though, because especially if I can't tell how bad it is, then aside from using normal healing things, I do have lay on hands.
Brock's big damn hero coming through with 10 gifted subs.
Okay.
That's a luck reroll right there. That's 4. Remember, out of game mechanically, your lay on hands, it's like looking at a video game and you have a hit point bar, right? We'll say it's 1 to 20. Your lay on hands just fills the bar. It doesn't stop the wound from being there.
Okay. So it won't like healing potion close it up. Like
we do have some of those potions though. I don't mind starting to chug random shit. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Oz does have
that.
some potions.
Well, I appreciate the reroll, but
that's unlucky. You know what? I'm gonna give you one of my rerolls. I want you to reroll that.
Oh.
Better.
Much better.
Eli, in a disgusting form here, this isn't exactly something that you're familiar with, but you know how important the inner bits can be, right? You don't really know the entirety of it, but you can also see if something like that has been perforated, if it's been punctured. And as you're paying attention to it, nothing seems to be bleeding out anymore. The blood is still is happening, but it's happening at the rupture of the wound itself. There isn't any additional fluid that is seeming to flood or irrigate the area. It's just blood from the opening of the wound itself.
Okay. I don't think they got anything important inside of you, so we just need to get this closed up as best as we can.
Now, given the tools that you have, you can make a heal check, but you've got to be able to close this wound. You're convinced that you've sterilized it.
Cauterize it. I'd have to like...
Cauterization is a difficult process. More often than not, if it's not properly tended to and cleaned, it will produce its own form of infection. That's what's dangerous about cauterization. A lot of people just think that you can burn a sword and touch a wound and it's good to go. Curious, Eli, don't you still have... Didn't we talk in the beginning of your character creation, don't you have fishing line?
Yeah, I didn't know how much I had used before on Rye, if I still had fishing line.
Oh yeah, you probably have like 50 yards of fishing line.
Okay. Well then, I mean, I don't have like a needle or anything though. I mean, it'd be...
You can use a hook.
Yeah.
Is Rye watching like Eli sort of struggle with this?
Yeah, it's likely that he's trying to make a decision.
Well, I also said out loud, like, we need to close this up.
I walk over behind Temerity and we can see her wounds in her back, right?
Yeah, they actually seem to be a bit more superficial. It looks like they are not as damaging as the one to the front.
Are they bleeding?
Yes, also not
Or
as
is there
bad.
a hole? Like, can I like put my pinky in it?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I put whatever finger fits the hole. I just walk up behind her, just right behind her. She probably won't even feel this because she can't feel pain. And I just plug both holes with my fingers.
Just corking. Okay.
I cork the two. Yeah, absolutely.
That is a method.
That is a method. Yeah, and it's one Rye would know because it's very basic.
It is very basic. Yeah, you're not really sure the duress that her body is under at the moment, but you are right to assume that she doesn't feel the pain. She will feel the pressure, but she does not feel the pain.
Yeah. I put whatever finger fits the hole. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I do. And I don't know if she can hear me or not, if she has her headset on still or not, but I actually try to say something like comforting. Like, you know, you'll be okay. You know, something like that. I think I just saw a cat. Awesome.
A little puppy or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start trying to get the hook and fish hook it up and pull it together as best I can. I'm no surgeon, so it's probably gonna look a little jagged, and I'll just let her know. I know she's AFK at the moment, but you know, if it gets any worse, we might have to cauterize it. Hopefully,
Yeah, I
this
was
will
just a
hold
bit.
it
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Okay.
I look over to Tripp and I just kind of go, can you start a fire? Get something going if you need. There's flint in my pack.
Yeah, and you can see like he's visibly like distant, like he's still looking at the body, and then I would say during that time he's
Tripp
still
is very
remembering.
obviously stuck. Like he's kind of stuck in a moment where he's either shook because of seeing this body before him, or something has triggered a memory that has been slightly repressed.
I say louder, like to get. I see that he's kind of distracted.
Yeah,
and I'm like, hey, make a fire.
Yeah. And he starts slowly trying to get some like hay around. Well, he'll start like finding like some like stones and stuff. I'm assuming that they might have in there.
Sure.
And then kind of making like a small like little pit. I would say if there's an opening at the top of the barn, which I believe they used to have.
And there's windows.
Yeah. He would probably put it a little closer to that, so that way it can vent out. And then he would, like you said, use Rye's flint and tinderbox to start the fire.
Okay. Eli.
Should be pretty easy, right?
Eli, give me a heal, please, now that you broke out your tackle and fishing line. Temerity, to catch you up, Rye has currently corked your back.
And I'm whispering sweet nothings into your ear.
His fingers.
Yeah, he currently has like a pinky finger in one wound and the equivalent of like a thumb in the other, just to sort of stop you from bleeding.
And I'm telling you that you're going to be all right.
I'm hooking your stomach with fishing line.
This is not...
Close it up.
This is not Eli's best job. And if this were any other circumstance, and Temerity, you could feel the pain, this would be brutal. He's hooking your open flesh and tethering it together with fishing line. This is not a clean-cut job, but you think it's going to work. And Eli seems fairly confident. Do you have any words, Temerity, at all? You're muted.
You're muted.
Do I know what's in my back? Like, do I know that he's got his fingers into like bleeding holes in my back?
You can feel the pressure of something there.
Okay.
You're not entirely sure if it's like fingers, but you're guessing, right? Like he's pretty much at human body height, so best guess is it's fingers.
Okay. Well, I mean, I figure if it's just pressure, then I don't I'm not like.
Yeah.
I just think more like this.
Sure.
Thanks, guys. I mean, I feel like I owe you one, at least some laundry, nothing else. Do you need any help? Like, I don't want to get in your way. I can do some. I mean,
I like cut her off, and I'm like, just relax.
Okay.
You need to calm down, focus, and I'm gonna start telling you like what you can do right now. The best thing you can do is just close your eyes and focus, calm yourself, slow your heartbeat. The slower your heartbeat, the less blood you're going to give, or excuse me, lose.
So when he says that, can I cast judgment on myself for healing, which is it's fast healing 1. I gain 1 hit point of damage each round as long as I'm alive.
Yep.
I'm just gonna do that. Just that's how I'm gonna relax.
Okay.
That's my zen right now.
She channels an ability, a supernatural ability. What does this look like specifically for you? Do you kind of like go into a meditative stance? Does this emit some sort of a glow from your person? What does this look like?
Definitely it's slight glow. Probably similar to the weapon, but less gold. With the weapons, I keep thinking they're like golden. But it's just like a soft light, and it's almost like meditative. Like I'll close my eyes and kind of take a deep breath and like, okay, all right.
Okay. You do just that. The camera moves, pulls to Oz. Oz, you wanted to check on this woman, and you've moved to the first door, just grabbing the one on the right, and you're trying to slide this door back open, but you're having some struggles.
Okay. Like someone holding it closed, like
Potentially. Give me a strength check.
Oz just kind of goes, "Hey, is anyone out there?"
No answer.
Do I hear anything? Do I see feet underneath if I look down?
Perception check.
Look, there's a lot of me looking down underneath doors.
Yeah, there is for sure.
17.
You can see that there is a shadow of something in the way of the door. It could be feet.
Hey, I know you're out there. And I go to tug on the door again.
Give me a strength check.
Right. 3.
You don't know how Eli did this. How did he grab 2 doors at the same time and pull them closed with such veracity? You're struggling with one, and you're not sure why. They're enormous doors, but you're struggling. It doesn't open.
This bugger's harder than I thought. How did he open this one before? Look, I just want to help whoever's out there. Open the goddamn door.
Do you try the other door by chance?
Sure.
You move, and it's quite a bit easier at this point. And it seems to hit a bit of a rolling track. It does take some effort, but you start to shift it out of the way just enough so that you can escape the barn. The figure never moves. And when you peek your head outside, the woman that came running out, her body lie limp and ragged. She's sitting, ass on the ground, back against the door, her head straight down, her arms at her sides.
Well, that's why the door wasn't opening. And Oz will go over and be like, slowly walk towards her. Look, ma'am, I'm just gonna check you out to see if you're all right. And just gonna check on her to see if she's all right.
Give me a perception.
Okay. 23.
Interesting. Oz. You lean down to check on her, but instinctively you glance up briefly, just to sort of take in your surroundings. And where you had seen Torvin's body is flat on the ground. And there is a scourge siphoning from his back.
shit. I was like, bangs on the door. There's another one out here. And I will cast True Strike and shoot at it.
Okay. All right. You get a plus 20 insight bonus. This thing doesn't seem to react whatsoever. Take your attack.
5 damage.
That's a good amount of
Rolled a
damage.
20 as well.
So you get a 40 to hit. You know, you got him.
You missed.
You
You missed.
Even or
oh
odd.
shit! One away, right? Yeah. No, you managed to succeed. You place this crossbow up. You take your breath. You cast your spell, and you release. It seems to strike this creature almost from the front of its person, from the front of its being through the back. You see this splat of blood that seems to strike out the rear side across the stalks of corn behind it. It falls flat and ragged over the top of Wyld's character, Torvin. Torvin doesn't move.
I bang on the door again. I took care of it, but I think something's wrong with Torvin.
I'll run out.
And I will double check on. Does this lady look like she's alive?
When you glance back down, you see blood pouring down the front of her, over her dress.
Okay. Oz has seen this before. She looks pretty dead to him.
Tripp.
He's gonna run over to Torvin.
Tripp, you run outside and you see the woman dead there, and Oz is making his way over to Torvin.
No. And then you see him like hoofing it. He's all patting across the field.
Sure. You arrive at roughly the same time, and you can see that this creature still lay over the top of Torvin, though it's very clearly dead. It has a quarrel sticking out of the centermost point of its face.
I try to move it,
Yeah.
but I'm not very strong. So
I
don't know
would
if
help
can move.
Oz.
Tripp,
with
when
that.
when you and Oz begin to remove this creature from its back, or from Torvin's back, you can see that the proboscis itself is not quite shattered, but what's really odd is that where Oz had struck it with this quarrel, this short crossbow, the proboscis took damage, and blood isn't pouring out of it. It sort of looks like clay.
Seeing that, Tripp lets go and he like shakes Oz. Look. I don't think that's blood.
Well, help me get this thing off of him.
Right.
Strength check to remove the proboscis and the rest of the creature.
Can I be assisting?
Of course. Of course. If you break
I
10 on a
technically-
strength,
Don't have a strength score for this character. Should I just use his dex then?
no, it's still strength. You're just falling off of his, and it's going to be a 10, just a flat 10.
Okay.
Oz, if you break 10, then you'll add support. You'll add a 4.
I have 10. My strength is 10.
Okay.
It's my lowest stat.
It's difficult, and it feels like it's even harder to remove this than it was to sort of pull the one from Temerity. But what's odd, Tripp and Oz, where before it made this almost like schluck noise, right? Like it's this wet pull from Temerity's body. This feels... It sounds like someone sinking a shovel into soil. It's very dense at first, and the noise that it makes is very sharp. It's not wet.
Weird.
Mr. Oz, what do you know what this is?
The big bug thing?
No. I think this, and he points down to what he's assuming is not Torvin at this point.
Oz looks down at Torvin. Does it not look like Torvin? Does it look like a clay version of him or something? What's going on here?
It looks like Torvin. The man still breathes. He just appears to be unconscious for some reason.
What do you mean, Torvin? I mean, he's a dwarf. He's.
But why is it
somewhere-
making this sound? Look, there is no blood, right, coming from the creature.
The only blood coming from the creature is its own.
Its own. Okay, so I guess at this point, well, he'll look back to Oz. I guess let's just keep pulling and see what happens.
All right.
And, yeah.
Seems to get stuck, and as you begin to remove this, but you inevitably twist, and your best guess is that it was hanging up on like a rib. But as you seem to turn this in the wound, again, it feels like you're trying to utilize an auger through soil. It's very, very difficult. There's a lot of resistance. But as you pull past that rib, his body pulls up and then pulls out.
Now, does it look like he's bleeding?
Very small, very, very small amount of blood, just the opening of the wound. However, in the depth of his person, there appears to be something that matches gray-like matter. It looks like clay or stone.
Yeah,
What-
that is
what is
kind of
this?
strange. I always wondered where the dwarves came from. Maybe they really are made out of mountain.
I possibly, but I guess if he has a backpack or anything on, I guess we would try to remove that to see if there's actually like more to the wound, or is there nothing on his back other than that puncture wound?
Nothing on his
that we
back.
pulled?
He dropped his bag to the side when he was waiting and he was watching this area.
I'm not much of a healer. Maybe it might be best to wait for the others.
And he looks up to make sure that other I forgot the name of it. Oh my god,
Sturge?
Sturge isn't flying around. I think that creature might still be around here. Let's not risk it. Let's drag him inside.
All right.
And he'll take one side of Torvin and try lifting him. That way they can drag him in.
Ugh, I wish my
Despite-
mage hand could carry him.
Despite his short stature, and he is rather, I'm not going to say rotund, but dwarves are girthy by proxy.
Yeah.
He's built like a tree stump. He's very dense. Takes some effort, but you're able to, with both of you, pull him internal to the barn.
If Eli's done stitching up Temerity, he'll go and have a look at
Torvin.
It's not going to take you a very long time. When you make your way outside, you can see that they're pulling Torvin inside, and you can see that the woman that you had stopped, the one that ran directly into you, is lying on the floor, right against
I checked
the
on
barn
her.
door.
I don't think she's with us anymore. When I see
Can't
you
believe
look
they
that direction.
can't believe anything could have got past Torvin. I thought for sure she would be safe out here with him.
Well, Torvin had a problem of his own, as Oz is looking down at him. But, I don't know. Torvin got something weird going on his innards.
So can I double check that the lady's actually dead?
Yeah. How do you want to do that? Do you want to check for breathing? Do you want to check the wound? What does this look like?
Yeah, I'll check the wounds.
Sure.
Any wounds?
Attack her with the warhammer. If she doesn't react, she's dead.
Yeah. Check
You
the
check-
reflexes.
You check the wound. You follow the blood up to the throat. You see a single line drawn from the far side of her throat to the opposite.
That doesn't look like a sturgeon wound or sturge wound.
Give me a heal check. Eli, you're certain that it's not a sturge wound. None of the sturge wounds appear this way. A fine blade was drawn from the corner of her throat to the other.
Is this exactly how you found this person?
Well,
Yes.
it is how I found her. But, she might have been sitting in a different position. I didn't realize she was on the other side of the door when I was trying to open it.
Sturge did not kill this woman. Something
What do you-
slit her throat, or someone.
Question: does Torvin have a weapon that he was holding on to, and does it have blood on it?
Torvin does not have a weapon that he was holding on to. He has a particular
Pipe, right?
bow. He has a crossbow.
Okay. Seeing as we're back inside, and they start mentioning the slash mark, Tripp just kind of looks back to the fire and goes, "This seems like the Piper all over again."
Piper?
Tripp, give me a perception.
What does that mean?
Tripp, even or odd in your favor?
Odd.
Yeah, the Sturges only retreated to go get their switchblades.
Tripp, you and Oz have managed to pull Torvin into the room. You set him up against a bale of hay. You say that it just doesn't feel right. It feels like Piper. You've already looked over Torvin. He has one weapon as far as you know. It's a crossbow. But as the thought seems to trail off, you notice he has a boot knife. It would be easy to miss. Hucksters and dealers tend to have boot knives.
He'll walk up to Torvin slowly, and he'll slowly pull the boot knife out.
You're not thinking that Torvin did this, do y'all think that? Really?
Is there blood on the blade?
There is a small amount of blood on the blade, yes.
He kind of puts it over the firelight a bit. When he runs his finger on it, does it come off easily, or is it dried?
You remove your finger to the edge, and you seem to kind of draw it against, and it leaves a trail of blood on your finger.
Mr. Oz, this blade has been used recently. And hands it over to Oz.
Oz takes a look at it. And then... All right, well, this is pretty good evidence. He hands it over to Eli.
Yeah, Eli's very confused. He's gonna look at the blade. Looks like fresh blood. He doesn't want to accuse probably one of the closest people he was to in the group. But well, I guess we'll have to watch him carefully until he's conscious again. And
Should
since
we
he's the only witness,
time
we'll
up
have to
or
see what he
something?
says. Perhaps.
Temerity,
Well,
Rye,
Maybe he's like you.
you're close by. Even in your meditative
Like
state,
me.
you can overhear them discussing about the possibility of him being guilty of killing this woman.
Have I taken any impairment? Like, am I dizzy? Am I just like, hey, I'm bleeding and everything's fine, but I'm like bleeding? Is that, or I was? Like, how do I?
They've
has
bound
this
your
altered?
wounds. They've bound your wounds up to this point, and you have maintained this meditative state, and you are not losing enough blood anymore, courtesy of the medical care, courtesy of your own spell-like ability. You're fine. So you're probably not your best, but you're fine.
Okay. So my daily state, got it. I'm very familiar with that. Okay.
So does that mean that my fingers are no longer in her? They've done enough to
Likely,
curb the bleeding?
yeah, you guys likely like wrapped the wounds, the back wounds and whatnot.
Put some straw there with some duct tape.
Yes. I very carefully stitched my name into her stomach.
Oh my god.
Fishing line.
And
I've more words on me.
pair of Pecker's pants.
Pecker's not, yes, because Pecker's apparently dead because you've eaten him for dinner.
Rye walks over to the
It's pretty
commotion.
delicious chicken.
I'm gonna check Torvin's body, like see if he has any open wounds or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna check on my boy.
Yeah, Torvin does have a wound. They've explained that there is a puncture mark, a very deep puncture mark in his back. That they discussed that they had found a scourge basically clinging to his back, trying to siphon blood from him.
I look, is it bleeding?
It isn't bleeding.
What does it look like?
Clay.
Looks like a hole. And somewhere
hole?
in the depths of it, there is a gray-like substance. It's a little darker because you're kind of like, the fire's on the opposite side of him. You're kind of like leaning him forward looking, and there does seem to be a hole. It's not very large, admittedly, but you can see that there is something that is gray color, like a stone, in him.
And he's unconscious, correct?
Yes, he does appear to be unconscious.
I lean down and kind of smell the wound.
Earthy.
Earthy.
Hmm.
I reach in to touch the gray clay, like with a finger.
Sure.
Rye really likes putting his fingers in people's.
It's warm.
wounds. Yeah.
It's warm.
It's warm. And as you
does
seem,
anybody but yeah, go ahead.
you seem to sort of touch this clay-like substance, you can feel that it is malleable, but when you kind of press into it, it beats.
Can I?
Does anything rub off on my finger?
I mean,
Like-
probably there's probably some sort of like fluid or like clay-like substance.
Can I take a look at it? Since I was raised by dwarves, I should know that dwarves aren't made of clay, right?
You are certain that you have
normally.
seen your master smash his hand many a time, and he bleeds like a normal person.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, I could just look at it and just that's like not any dwarf I've ever seen. Is there a way that I could tell maybe if that was an affliction from the scourge, like some kind of disease or something? I mean, it sounds to me like he's just made of living clay.
Your best guess is it's living clay. The flesh looks and feels like flesh. There was blood that was sort of puckered around the wound.
Is there any? I take a good look at Torvin. Like I'm looking. Is this Torvin? Like does he? Everything else is Torvin-esque. I don't notice any differences between.
This is Torvin.
Wow.
The only thing that
okay.
seems to make a difference to you when you really start peering over his person, when you're taking in all of the details, you grab him by the jaw and you're looking him up and down, trying to see exactly what it is. You notice that there is a brief flash and a glint. His tattoo glows. It is just mild, but it is a facial tattoo from here all the way down the side of his face. Instead, it was to mark an order.
Do I recognize this? Is it in a language I know?
This is... Are you super familiar with dwarves?
Yes.
Okay. You could make
I've cooked many a meal for a dwarf.
You could make a knowledge here if you wanted to. I would say in this case it would be knowledge history.
Arcana?
Now this would be I mean, if you're trying to specifically detail what the tattoo might be, then
Yeah.
okay, give me a knowledge arcana. It will be difficult.
19.
19 is not good enough.
Oh. Okay. What's the knowledge we would need otherwise?
Knowledge history.
Could I do those as
With a
well?
check.
You could
11.
get you can give him a shot if you want to.
Yeah, can I, like, you said I noticed,
I'll
can I, like,
re-roll
peek an eye?
Yeah. I mean, I think once he pulls the head upward, you would be able to see that.
My reroll was not better.
I've used one reroll, and it's 921.
Yeah,
I'm gonna roll-
I've only used one as well.
Go for it.
So I've used two.
It's all of mine.
I used my second one just now.
Got it.
11.
No. Nobody's getting it.
Ask him.
Well, he's not awake yet. When we
It wouldn't make sense for me to roll, right? Like I wouldn't just be like, "Oh, PT dubs, guys." Like,
No, as a half elf man who was raised internal to the city with very little dwarven interaction, not likely.
okay, just want to make sure.
Perceptions, please, everyone.
All right.
The fuck is going on here? Oh, I'm back
24.
to 8. That's great. It's just the same number.
Oz. Oz. You notice two things. In fact, one of them was a higher difficulty. One was at DC 22 to locate, to see. You catch this. But you see the other thing first. The one that was probably most important bit is that on his hands. He's a dwarven man that prefers to use his hands for everything. He's sort of like a guide, a hunter. He likes to hang out in the forest. His hands are covered in calluses, but never once has he said anything about having tattoos or marks on his hand outside of just a few hacks or scratches. He has what looks to be on his fingers multiple dots, 3 in which going downward, and they look odd to you. They look very odd because they look like it's tattoo work, but they're oval in shape, and they look almost hollow. It looks very, very odd to you.
I pointed it out.
When you point it out, what do you say?
Well, this is kind of strange, isn't it? And I like hold his hand up. He's got like holes in his hand.
You reveal to the
mean?
others.
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking to everybody. I rolled poorly though, so
Rye is like
I think I know what it is. Out of character.
dumbfounded. He has no idea what's going on.
Oz, the other thing, as you're holding up the hand, you kind of glance back. You're not sure why, but you just glance past him and you see Torvin's bag. It was drug in next to him. You see
I
that
go over to the bag.
there's blood on his bag. Not just on his bag. You kind of move your hand downward.
Yeah,
It's-
I open the bag.
It's in his bag.
I open the bag.
There appears to be something containing blood in his bag. Warm blood.
I open the bag. What's in the bag?
It looks like it's some sort of like canvas-like sack that was made at one point or another. You've seen this before. He's used this to very, very carefully wrap up some of his more precious tobaccos. The tobacco's not in there anymore. Now it's quite literally a wax-lined, handmade bag that has blood in it.
And when I open the bag, it's just blood inside the bag when
It's
I open
just
the bag?
blood. Just blood.
All right, well, I will open the bag and show you all the bag of blood. Well, that's a little strange, ain't it?
This whole thing is strange.
Who keeps blood in their bag? I'm
Tripp, looking at the hand still, grabs onto it, and he flicks one of the fingers with the holes.
How do you do so? Do you flip like the hole itself, or do you like flip his nail,
Like-
or what are you
Like
doing?
the actual like side of the finger, like where the holes are at. He just goes to see if it sounds hollow.
There is a hollow sound.
Oh god.
It sounds hollow, and you
He,
hear this almost like reverberation. Yeah.
Tripp leans down and goes into one of the holes.
Nothing happens when you blow onto the hole, but as you kind of like let the hand fall, you notice that the fingernails seem to lift up just enough, and there is a reed entry on the tip of every finger.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
he
Lord.
would pick up the hand and try, like, not put his mouth to it, but he would blow into those fingernails.
Oh, gross.
What are you doing?
I know who did this.
When you do that,
I think he's playing music with our dead friend's hand.
when you do that, when you
That's
blow
what I says.
the wind over this and you hear that tone that seems to reverberate and pull through each of the fingers, it creates something akin to, but not quite accurate, the Sturge call. And the hand falls quickly down to his side, and the head seems to canter upward, and he looks across the room.
Do you think Torvin did this?
Yeah, Tripp is gonna fall
I
back.
was still holding the bag of blood.
Tripp is gonna like drop back and like fall to the floor.
The man seems to peer and look around the room. For a moment, you're certain it's Torvin. You have no doubt in your mind. But the way that the face sort of draws inward, it does look and feel like a very different person, occupying the body of Torvin.
Who are you?
I just wanted to see who the sleuths were. Who was the detective on hand, and how that they would be finding me. Quick eyes. Quick sights. You'll have to move faster.
I grapple Torvin.
What does that mean?
I grapple him and try to restrain him.
Go ahead, give me a CMB versus CMD.
Yeah.
And while he does that, can I cast a quick detect undead?
I'm backing up with
Yes.
the bag of blood.
I reroll.
You got it. Temerity, give me a D1000.
Oh no.
It's too late for this shit.
Money, no whammies.
There was specifically one of these saved that said if any spell is cast upon Torvin or for Torvin, wild magic use.
Ooh. Cool.
Well, how about that?
Okay, 388.
Glad it was you and not me, because my luck is bad.
Oh, and mine's better? I've rolled.
Yours have been pretty funny.
Yeah, they have been funny, but I mean, the darkest timeline's still freaking me out. I'll flip tables if it ever comes back.
Oh, you don't have a reroll either.
Nope.
Okay. What was the color of your eyes?
Oh shit! I have been wanting to get contacts for this character. Dark brown, same as mine.
Your eyes permanently turn wine red.
That's fucking kick-ass. Okay.
Fancy.
I'm sorry. What? I'm thrilled with this. What specifically? What did dark red?
Wine
Or
red.
Just wine red.
Wine red.
Yep, wine red.
Okay, that's gonna look really great against my blue skin.
You grab hold of Torvin. You're holding onto him. You've grappled him down.
Do you think this is going to serve much of a purpose? I've played my part. And now you just bound me. What do you think happens when I release him?
Who are you?
Why am I? Who I am is rather irrelevant.
Well, then why are you, if that's the question you prefer to answer?
That's what I'm interested in finding out. Which
What
of
does that
you
mean?
freed us? One of you did.
Uh-oh.
Go on, I'm waiting. Or allow me to stay in this body longer. It's been so long since I've called to my Sturgis.
Is it the boy?
Are you saying that about Peverin? That's not Peverin. This is in Torvin's body.
You're gonna have a hard time doing that with your hands behind your back.
I suppose that's so, but do you risk the life of your friend?
I preserve the life of my friend. You may be in his body, but you're not going anywhere.
And for a
can
long
wait as
time, I
well.
presume. This is the first dwarf that I've been in that bleeds stone.
Do you know something about that?
I know that he's probably quite a bit older than he's let you on to know.
Well, who cares how old he is?
No, that's the best part. To sow the seeds of doubt. This man, you've called him Torvin. What's his purpose? Why has Ian failed to inform you that he doesn't bleed the same way you do? And how long
Probably
before he
because
draws
we all don't
your
know
blood?
each other that well. That's probably why I haven't told them everything.
Secrets have no friends.
I talk out to the group, and I just say, "Someone gag this bastard."
Oh,
Tripp?
please.
Tripp utters out loud to the possessed Torvin. We belong in Harrowstone. And just like, that's pretty much all I can get out. And he's like visibly
Look
shaking.
at you. You made it out too, you coward. How did you get out? Did someone? It was you. You're holding me so closely. You like this one too, don't you?
He seems to almost like he's talking to you, Rye. He sort of, it's like he's teasing you, but he starts blowing kisses at you.
Someone gag this bastard.
I'm looking at all of you guys like, gag him.
As will hand the bag of blood to.
You can't trust a thing he
Hevron.
says.
And then I shove a pair of
Oh, don't
Pecker's pants in his
don't
mouth.
waste that. Oh.
Leave it.
What if he
We
can
can't
answer
trust a
some
thing.
questions for us?
You can't trust a thing he says, even if he does.
Can
There's
I
nothing
understand?
to say. Go ahead.
Can I understand what he just said? Because I have comprehend languages. You can understand the spoken words of creatures or read otherwise incomprehensible written messages. I don't know.
I would say
that
it's
applies.
incomprehensible, but the language that he's speaking is very clear. He said, "Really? Come on."
I just wanted to make sure.
I look at everybody else and I say,
Torvin's had plenty of opportunities to betray us, and he hasn't. I don't know what's going on with him, but I'm willing to hear him out before I judge the man.
I think
And
he
in the
might have just
meantime-
taken an opportunity by killing that woman, and we won't know till we talk to him. And he
It's-
clearly hasn't said many things.
Or he's possessed by
he's
this
been
crazy
hiding.
person,
It's not
and
Torvin.
that person killed him.
That doesn't explain the blood in his bag.
Well, I mean, we
Or
don't know
his-
how he could be possessed for a while.
You're the Piper, aren't you?
I'm gonna make a roll.
When you say that, "You're the Piper, aren't you?" His eyes focus on you, and then there is a very slow grin that pulls up over his gagged mouth.
Uh-huh.
Oz looks over at Tripp and is like, "Who's the Piper?"
It's a long story, but I remember at least the part where I was in a cell and those things they drained a guard. He had a flute at the time and he was controlling them.
Is that the night of the fire?
I don't remember. But I remember him.
I look over at Temerity, and I look her in the eyes, and I just say,
Siphon.
Oh, that's
Can
a good
I
idea.
Oh,
can I lay on hands the ghost somehow, even though if it's in the body, or is it?
Interesting. That's something you wouldn't know.
I think we siphon. Siphon.
yeah.
Yeah.
When Rye says siphon, I'll just kind of, yeah, and reach for it. Like that's a good idea. And reach for it, and I have to open it, right?
before you do, I look at Peverin, and I tell him,
You might want to stay back.
He nods. He doesn't break his gaze from Torvin, but he moves like to the other side of the fire and kind of like crouches down.
So, quick question: do I know? Because I know a little bit about the siphon. Do I have to point it? Like I want to clearly make sure I don't get Tripp and get this weird dude in Torvin. Like, if I pointed at him, is it like a Ghostbusters trap? Like, is it like?
Interestingly enough, it's sort of effectively, the way that it's designed, it effectively operates sort of like a grenade, right?
Okay.
It has like a countdown to it. So after you activate it,
Is it use magic device that we have to use for it?
no, this actually has just a mild activation to it, which is really interesting.
Okay.
It's like a twist. By design, you would note that the only thing that can really move on this is a twist, and
Okay.
you don't really know the area of effect.
I don't that much about it. I don't know.
Yeah, you're not sure of the area of effect. You've never had to use one of these before. This is all new to you.
Do it.
Start
just do it.
running.
There may be another way.
Tripp, start running. I'm just gonna open it. I mean, I'm listening. I'll listening to you,
he-
like listening.
I mean, get close to us, and then
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tripp will run out of the
Barns.
barn then, just to be safe.
You run outside of the barn.
Which I would say gives Eli a
Eli?
chance to.
Yeah, what were you trying to say?
When you were saying I wouldn't know if it would do something to him, that means like if I use it, I wouldn't know. But
You've never had to use it before. This is the first time you've had the ability, so you're not really sure.
Yeah.
Out of game, you know that it can affect undead, but you're not really sure how it operates when affecting a host that they are possessing.
We don't know. We don't know the haunt siphon either, though, do we?
Correct, you are not sure. Haunts are mechanically out of game. They're a very different thing than possessions.
Use the siphon. Do it.
I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but
Do it.
I guess we can find out. I
have a few
Sure.
rerolls. I could do it.
am I seeing Torvin become like any sort of visibly concerned? Is he keeping his composure, or his eyes darting
His
back
eyes
and
haven't
forth?
changed from Tripp. When Tripp started to move, you noticed his head tried to move and follow Tripp as well.
Do it.
As soon as Tripp breaks the plane of the barn door, I figure that's far enough, and I'll twist.
Okay. You twist, and you toss it at the two of them together.
Yes.
Okay.
Pokeball, I choose you.
You throw this down, and the way that this sort of reacts, right? This has like a very bizarre, almost like bizarre reaction. There is this strange hiss. As you can see, Torvin's eyes seem to like have this moment of fear. We're not really sure what to react, right? You're not sure if this is Torvin or if this is something else. But the moment doesn't take long after this seems to come alive, and there is a flash of this green, torpor-like light that swells the room. And with a sizzle and a snap, this noise that emits from the gagged mouth of Torvin. As you can see this tracer image of a figure that's not quite Torvin pull in the direction of this, but before it quite hits the siphon, it seems to dissipate. And Torvin falls limp.
I'm gonna turn Torvin over and take a look at him. He's unconscious, he's not moving.
Correct.
Don't think
I look
that
over the
works.
siphon. Is the siphon different in any way? Is it glowing? Does it look full in any way?
The siphon, and interestingly enough, it seems to lack that almost spinning luster, this cloud internal to it. Where before, it was almost this like a torrent of moving fluid and like a cloud that existed inside, but now, nothing. It seems to be dead.
I look around. I'm looking at my companions, seeing if anybody is currently being possessed or anything. I look at them and
One of them has red eyes.
yeah, that's right.
True.
I look at Temerity, and I'm just now noticing those red eyes. Are you all right?
My spell didn't work. What do you see? Because I can't see my eyes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I figure at this point we're so well versed in wild magic that we I just assume it's there.
Does Torvin still have the tattoos? I inspect his hands and his face.
The tattoo is still remaining on his face, but the marks on his hands are gone.
And they're back to normal?
We should heal him, shouldn't we? I mean, one of y'all.
I
know where to begin healing a wound like that.
And before anyone can take any additional action, a voice that sort of swells and encompasses the entire barn.
Parlor tricks. You wait until I find my panpipes. They'll swarm you, drink your blood, leave you dry. I'll see you in Harrowstone.
And that is where we call tonight's session. Tonight's
really
session
hope-
is right there.
I don't want anyone to tell me I have red eyes. I want to find it by mistake.
Honestly, I don't think it turned out that bad.
No.
No, we had opportunities to get totally effed.
Yeah, no, I think we did all right. There's a lot of one-hit kills there.
I think we wasted a siphon, but I guess it got it out of its body, but I think it was going to leave anyway.
Yeah.
I
Wasted
mean,
a siphon.
You learned a lot tonight.
There you go. Yeah,
I got my ass
learned.
saved. Thank
Should
you.
have blasted it with a lay on hands.
A lot to learn still.
No.
The whole group's like, well, we'll make sure to protect Tripp. I'm like, nah, guys, I'll be protecting you all the time. Like,
I know,
what's going
right?
on here?
You're like
Well-
MVP.
It's not about Tripp. It's about the child that you're inhabiting.
yeah, I guess, it's like the whole elephant thing, kill this one, get another one, get a better one,
Look,
just a trade-off.
Was not into that, okay?
We got a whole bunch of bodies in Harrowstone, just take one, it's a good thing, it's no big deal. It's like GTA, but with
tricks.
bodies.
Parlor tricks.
Little dick.
He was not happy about that.
What a little dick.
Man,
Beautiful
fuck
response.
that
Man, fuck that guy.
Man, fuck that guy.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and give them their send-offs so that we can take just a moment to do a quick after show. We're gonna do stars and wishes, and then I'm gonna send them on their way after I collect their character sheets. So, as we always do in these parts, let's go ahead and start with Cobalt. Tell us about you, boss. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
I'm CobaltStreak. I've been playing Isaac and Returnal and all sorts of games. Just beat Resident Evil 8. And yeah, I stream every single day from like at least 5 to 11, except for on Thursdays. I think I'm taking off.
Cool.
And yeah, Tuesdays D&D right here. Thanks for having me.
Always happy to have you, man. Always. Imperial, tell us about you, lady. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
Twitch.tv/Imperial. I am working on a lot of sewing lately. I'm getting back into it, which is great. I'm really excited. We are wrapping up our St. Jude fundraiser. We are almost at $30,000 for St. Jude. I don't know what the heck happened there, but I couldn't be happier. So if you have, if you have an inkling to come and watch me do incredibly dumb things, all in the name of charity, I'm your girl.
I'm for it. That sounds awesome. Maggie, what you doing? Where can we find you these days?
I'm MargaretKrohn, same place I have been for many, many years, because that's my name for many, many years. I'm old. It's fine. I will let you know whenever I'm live. I do something every day, and I have content coming out every day. So if you'd like to check that out, just follow me, and it will let you know what is happening. And I also make video games for a living. I'm currently working on a game called Ashes of Creation, and you can find it at Ashes of Creation in all of the places.
Sick. Ello, you're up, boss. Tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
You can find me in the wee hours of the morning, usually Eastern time in the AM. I stream variety, sometimes do YouTube streams. I'm kind of all over the place right now. I'm playing through Resident Evil 8. which is a lot of fun. I just knife only the first boss, which took about an hour.
Oh my god.
Like the whole fight took about an hour, but that was pretty fun. I was gonna do a whole blind knife run only and hardcore on it, but chat decided they didn't want to sit through all of that. So I like to do challenging runs. I like to, like I said, do variety streaming. And if you guys want to know anything about me or where to find me, Ellohime, on the website, and from there on the channel page, you can find my Twitter, engage in any way you want. We have a Discord that's open to everybody too. So if you guys want an invite to the Discord, Bub, would it be cool if I?
Yeah, by all means, go for it.
We watch a lot of movies. Right now they're watching through Barry season 1, literally right now. So we watch a lot of films and hang out, and I invite you to the community.
Isn't there one that we all need to see? Because Imperial hasn't seen it.
Jumanji.
I'm in. You
Jumanji.
just tell me when. I'll show up with my popcorn.
Dude,
Jumanji.
we will do I'll do a Jumanji marathon. Where you get
I'm
all
in.
Yeah.
I'm
Watch
in your
all of them.
Discord
Let's do it.
already. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
I'm so down.
Perfect. We've got Xander. Tell us about you, boss. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
You technically should be able to find me here, but for some reason I wasn't streaming for the last few days because I've been tired. But Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Tuesdays I'm here. Earlier than that, I'm also streaming. Wednesdays, streaming. It was gonna be also shackled, but we're closing the book on that.
Yep.
Other than that, just chilling. Variety streamer as of right now, and look forward to seeing you guys drop by and saying hello. Yeah.
Dope. All right, and that kind of leaves me. You guys are already here. You know how to find me. I'm here all the time, doing bub things all across the internet,
Such a bub.
telling stories, making voices loud. You guys know how to find me. That's about it. I'm gonna.
Such a bub, or we'll haunt you.
Or the Borg will get you, apparently. Yes. I'm gonna go ahead and take them off to an after show, a very quick one, and I will catch you cats later tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know what's going on tomorrow. We'll figure it out. So, au revoir. Talk to you later. Peace. We're out of here. Dope.
Doodles.